Yo.
How are you?
Me or the chat?
The royal you. Everybody.
I like that.
Everybody take a number and then tell me how you are.
Nice comment.
Even if you're just, even if you're watching a VOD right now. Apparently that's a thing people sometimes do. Hello, VOD people. How are you today?
I like your face.
Yeah.
It's a nice face.
You look good today. I don't know what it is. Like, maybe you got a new shirt? No, maybe you've had that shirt for a while. I don't think I've ever seen you in it before, though. It fits you really nicely.
You've got a nice, like, glow coming through.
Yeah. Maybe you've been working out.
Inner glow.
Yeah.
Coming out on the outer side.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's just sweat. That's cool, though.
Yeah. It gives you a nice glow. Makes you glisten. You look good. But not like Twilight glisten. Like, just, you look good. Anyway, I hope your days are wonderful.
It looks like you got a really nice highlighter on.
Yeah. It's very ethereal. You look like an otherworldly being. You know?
I do know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking of otherworldly beings, get a load of this fucking law system that we're in right now.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something about the fact that I'm reading Lord of the Rings right now, and I'm already halfway through book 1, and I love it.
I love that you love it.
I felt bad, because I kept texting you throughout the day, and I'm like, this thing just happened, or this thing hasn't happened yet.
No, keep doing it. I won't respond until the day's over, but...
Oh, no, I wouldn't expect you to respond.
But do it anyway. Message me anyway, because I want to know. Okay, where were we? We were, like...
Oh, yeah, the unexpected
really,
emotion.
we were both in a weird headspace the last Ace Attorney stream. Like, it wasn't bad. I was just like...
Yeah, no.
We were just, like, not here. Like, I think I went back and, like, re-watched a part of it, because I was like, last night was weird. And I was like, holy shit. I don't know.
My brain went on vacation.
I guess mine just went with you, but,
Oh, I know we got an unexpected emotion to this dude's testimony.
Yes.
We gotta pick one out.
And now it's different, that's right. We called it out and now it updated.
Yeah.
So, this is all new. So he hid to avoid getting shot.
Yes. Had to avoid getting shot, and I'm sad about it.
Or scared. Makes sense.
Scared, yeah. After the killer vanished, I went into the lounge.
A little less scared. Makes sense.
Yeah. But that's when Detective Arm appeared from the elevator side door. So, shocked. Shock!
And we determined that last time that they, in fact... Wait. Yeah, because he was like, we came in through the control center, but that was a lie.
He was already there and went through the control center back around.
Oh, okay.
Because, yeah. Because I don't know why he was already there. I don't know if we've established that yet. Or if I just forgot. But he was already in the room, and Detective Arm came on the scene and shot at him. And then he went into the control room.
Okay.
To get away from him.
Okay. So her coming, basically, we established, and her coming from the elevator door now makes sense and isn't weird.
Yeah. So, shot at me, we've got scared, sad, surprise,
and kind of mad. The killer could have only escaped to the launch pad, right? I guess this makes sense to not have a thing. And I'm a little bit like... I don't know. I feel like maybe it's supposed to be angry, but angry and sad both make sense to me because it's like somebody shoots at you, you're like, what the hell, man?
Yeah. Well, what is this is... I know this is shock and what else? What's the under emotion?
Confusion.
Confusion. Okay, so that definitely makes sense.
Is it weird that it's less?
Well, it's about the same as sad.
I mean, like, than him seeing her. Maybe not. I can see reasons behind all of these. I'm just like, maybe angry is weird. Maybe sad's weird. And then I'm like, but maybe less shock's weird.
Super shock.
Yeah, it's a super shock.
It's like, oh my god, I'm so shocked.
But then I shoot you and I'm no, still shocked.
I'm still shocked. I'm about as shocked as I am upset about it.
I could be
But I'm
reading
also-
into this too much.
I'm also a little angry.
Little mad.
I'm a little mad.
I don't know. Follow your heart.
I don't have one.
Follow your brain. What did your brain?
Why? After the killer vanished, I went into the lounge. Okay, yeah. So that makes sense. This is the first statement, right?
Yeah.
Well, I guess maybe you could say, why are you still afraid if the killer vanished?
That's also, like, these can be kind of tricky for that reason. Because to me,
Well-
I'm like, well, but there's also, like, the ever, like, he's gone,
I mean,
and maybe could still be a little bit, because it's not just sad, it's also fear, so he's like, I could still be a little scared because he could pop out anywhere.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if the killer vanished, why would you still be scared?
Because maybe he isn't really vanished.
I mean, but I guess that's what Phoenix Wright, I feel like, likes to trick us up, because what I want to say, let me go ahead and put this out here.
Yes.
My first initial reaction is to go with the tiny bit of angry. That's like my gut reaction. But my gut reaction is usually wrong with this thing.
Is it really?
Yes. I don't know why
Maybe
it is.
because you're a bad psychologist.
I guess so. But my gut guess for the mood matrix is usually wrong.
Has it really? I'm trying to think back.
It
It is weird. It is like they do trip you up on it though.
yeah. So like again, my gut feeling says that it should be the tiny little angry.
Well, this is a fresh save file,
Yeah.
you know?
But because my gut is usually wrong, it makes me want to go with fear.
Like the most opposite of
Yes.
what your gut. You're like, I'm just gonna do what I would never.
Because in my brain, I would be like, yeah, you would still be scared because there was a killer in the room. But according to Phoenix Wright logic, sometimes it's like, no, he vanished. Why would you still be afraid? Your fears just immediately dissipate.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, you could be.
What is your gut feeling? Your gut feeling is usually right. Or
I'm afraid though that my gut feeling is a subconscious remembering of my choices when I played it. So I'm like, maybe I shouldn't. I don't mind like deliberating, I guess, like possibilities, but
I mean, even if it's subconscious, it's still subconscious. You don't know.
is it backseating if I don't realize I'm backseating?
Exactly. And I might not pick what you say. Because if you said to pick
my
shock
brain,
right here,
yeah,
I would say no.
right. Well, my brain is like, it makes sense to be shocked, but it makes less sense to be less shocked about being shot at than it is by you just being there. But I don't. That might not be right either. Hell, I don't know. Maybe it's why is he so surprised that she showed up in the first place? I mean, I guess it is startling for somebody to barge into a room, but he knew that she was there. I don't know.
I really don't know. I'm fucking lost, man.
Well, pick an emotion. Let's just go for it.
All right.
Go with your gut.
I'm gonna go with my gut just to prove that my gut is always wrong.
Okay. Now.
Told you.
Well, You just wait. It'll trip you up in a future mood matrix where you'll be like, my gut's telling me this, so I'm not gonna pick it. And then it'll be like, no, you're right. Hey, Roy. I'll probably do Splatfest, but probably not until... Because it hasn't even started yet. Has it? It's midnight. And we'll be offline by midnight. But I'm probably still gonna play it. Is it?
Yep,
Oh, shit.
both of mine are on. So...
Fuck. Well, then what is it?
Let's go with...
The surprise?
Yeah. The major surprise or...
Or the small surprise?
Or this surprise.
That I don't know.
Well, okay. So to me, this makes sense. Because he wasn't looking at her.
Yes.
So, with her coming into the room suddenly, you would be surprised.
Yes.
By somebody just entering the room.
Yes. So maybe it's the small, because the small one maybe should be the same as this one.
Yeah. So maybe this one?
Maybe? Oh! Man, I'm telling you, it's a subconscious thing.
It's not a subconscious thing. This is just... I'm bad at the mood matrix. I can deduce evidence. Like, I do okay with the evidence.
I wonder if this has to do with the fact that we're like... You think about things, like, a lot when it comes to, like, emotionally. You're like, you can put yourself in the situation that the person is in at the time, and you're like, yeah, that makes sense. I can see where they could feel like that.
I'm a super empath.
Yeah, so it's like, when game logic is like, you have to figure out why this would be weird, and you're like, but emotionally, if I were that person, I would totally understand why they'd feel that way.
Yep.
But that's I bet anything that... What does that say about me, then? Well, that I've played the game before, and it's just... Maybe.
That and you're more... I think you're more rational than I am. I do a lot of things based off of emotion. Or I feel a lot of things based... Well, people always feel things based off of emotion. But...
Right, but you act upon things emotionally.
And I also am very sensitive to, like...
You got little feelers.
Other people's emotions.
Yeah.
So, like, somebody could... But the problem is with that is that it's a little wonky, right? So, I'm very empathic. So, if somebody feels a certain way, I can usually pick up on it fairly quickly and easily.
Right.
But my problem is my scale of feeling it goes from 0 to 100. So if somebody's, like, kind of bummed out about something, I'll be like, oh my god, this is the most saddest day of your life.
So, like, this is the most depressing thing. What happened to you? And they're like, I just, like, stubbed my toe, and I'm, like, every time I walk, it hurts a little bit. It's bumming me out. I'm, like, constantly in pain, and you're just like, oh my god!
That is the worst.
I am so sorry! I love you.
It's true, though. Because I'll pick up... the worst is, like, when I pick up on it with you, because I think I read you fairly well.
You probably read me better than anybody.
But I read you to an extreme that you don't get to.
Yes, like, something... Because I'm not an extreme person in that respect. So, like, something happened, and I had, like, a bad day at work or something, and I don't normally, like, brood. So I'll just be like, oh, well, I'll go home, whatever. And I'll just kind of, like, unwind and by myself, and so it'll be like, are you alright? Like, I hope nothing is bugging you. And I hope that, you know, if there's anything I can do. I'm like, no, what? Like, in my brain, it's, like, already over. It's just, like, it's just there still in the back of my brain. But, like, I'm fine. And you're like, Kemi, what's wrong? Yeah, are you gonna be okay? And I'm like, Sid, it's fine. What?
Or, like...
It's more like confusion. I get confused first, and then I'm like, what? No, it's okay.
Or my reaction to, like, automatically be like, I have to make everything perfect and happy. Kemi, let me spoil the shit out of you because you're so upset.
Oh, yeah, you do. Sid gets me presents sometimes when I have a bad day. And I don't even say anything. I don't even say what's wrong. I'm just like, yeah, I'm just kind of bumming today. And you're like, I got you some snacks, and I got you a Monster, and I got you some vodka, and I got you. Do you wanna hang out on the couch and cuddle and watch Game Grumps? And I'm like, yeah, that sounds great. What's all this about?
We're making your day better. Director Cosmos, why are you so surprised when Detective Arm found you, and again when she fired? Isn't that a bit unnatural? No, not really.
No, that wasn't really my line of thinking, Phoenix. All right, it's good to know that maybe I was right, but not for the reason the game wanted it to be.
I gotta get into daddy grandpa voice.
You gotta get grumpy.
Sadly, even great men such as myself have ordinary human feelings. Our bodies are bound by the forces of gravity and emotions. Even a great man such as myself experiences surprise on occasion. Yes, I'm sure you do. But my real point is not the fact that you were surprised, but rather what you were surprised by.
Oh, maybe I... Never mind. Maybe I spoke too soon.
Pardon me. First, you were surprised when Detective Arm found you in the lounge. And just after that, you were of course again surprised when she shot at you. But, considering what you were surprised about, a strange phenomenon occurs here. Director Cosmos, what is strange about your surprised reaction? What is strange about your surprised reaction is the fact that you were...
My argument's the last one. That was my line of thinking.
Yes.
Sorry, just taking that line out of context.
When she... Sure, you were surprised when Detective Arm shot at you. But the surprise you felt when she found you in the lounge room was much greater. The fact that you were more surprised by simply being found than being shot at suggests to me that you were conflicted about whatever it was you were doing there. The enemy has acquired a new weapon. Commence Operation Hide Under Your Desk. Please tell me I finally sunk his battleship.
No, maybe like one of them.
Almost.
I mean, you get a lot of battleships in Battleship.
No, you only get one battleship.
No, okay. That's been a while since I've... Is it only one? And that's the big boy? And then you get, like...
I don't even think the battleship is the big boy. The big boy, like the long one, is... I forget what
it's called. The tanker, wasn't it?
Is it a tanker? I remember it looking kind of... I just remember what the actual piece looks like, and it reminded me of a long plank of wood.
Yeah, because that's the one that... It can carry other, like, crafts and stuff on it.
Yeah.
Stuff. I could be wrong about what it's called. It's been a long time since I've played Battleship, but I actually really enjoyed Battleship.
Oh, no, I loved Battleship as a kid, dude.
Dude, you want to play Battleship sometime?
Oh, fuck yeah, bud.
Yeah!
Yeah, aircraft carrier.
Woo! Hey, Rama, thanks. We can
Yeah.
play Battleship sometime.
I love Battleship.
But
we also have to play Clue, but we need more than 2 people to play Clue.
Did you know that I have Clue for the Super Nintendo? Have you ever played it? No. Wait, hang on. Let me make sure I'm not a liar. It would be right here.
I am so good at Clue, the board game.
I think the SNES game literally goes by the same fucking rules as the board game. It's not, like, weird and different. Oh, you know what? It wouldn't be in here. I have that, like, official Super Nintendo cartridge box that you keep all the all of your carts in.
Mm-hmm.
And I have too many Super Nintendo games to fucking fit in it. First world problems. So, like, some of my fucking lesser, like, games that I would never really play normally are just sitting in the other room. But I bet you anything Clue's in there.
That Clue movie, though. Everybody loves Tim Curry.
I'm gonna go home and make love to my wife. That's the only thing I remember about that movie. Well, that and, like, random, like, I have like images or whatever of like certain, because the costumes and the set and all of that, but like I don't remember fucking
I can quote
any
the shit
dialogue
out of
other than
movie.
that last line.
I can quote the shit out of that movie. Flames, flames, burning on my face.
We should watch that for a movie night.
Oh my god, yes!
We should do it.
It's so good.
So, Bus, I'm getting less Discord now. That must mean he really is hiding something about that launch pad door.
And whatever he's hiding most likely has something to do with the killer's escape. I still say he went through the trash can.
I wonder what it could be. I wonder if he did go through the trash chute.
If he was doing something suspicious around that door, maybe we can spot some change between before he came into the room and after?
Detective Fulbright gave us a photo taken after the crime. Let's run a comparison. Let's see. This is footage of the door before Director Cosmos arrived. And this is how the door looked after the director entered the lounge. Spot the difference.
Hold on. Can I look at that again? Hey, look at that. There is a change. Something's definitely different. Can I look at it again? Director Cosmos.
Probably in the court record. Yeah.
What is it? What have you two been up to over there?
Check it out.
Check it out. What's that all about? Work it out. Wait, what? Oh wait,
What?
it's the disc.
Oh no, yeah, it's the yeah.
It's the disc. Okay.
Sick, a disc.
Sick. All right. Okay.
You can't even see the trash.
No, you can't. So it's
So
probably
it's not
the
anything
trash.
to do with the trash.
But
I would have gone through the trash chute personally,
I know, right?
and I still don't remember if that's a part of the case or not. But I'm just want to put that out there for the record. That I would have gone through the trash chute.
Yeah, I do see the difference. Okay.
Cool.
What have you been up to? Finding the answer to what you were doing when Detective Arm found you. That's what. That
Oh,
answer lies clearly in this footage.
maybe he'll just.
All we have to do is compare it to the photo that was taken during the investigation. Don't be ridiculous. If you really have an answer, you'd point it out already.
I'm being dramatic.
He's asking for it. This is what changed directly after the incident. Beep.
Oh yeah.
The answer is this knob.
It's a mystery knob.
That's... Your Honor, please take a look at this footage.
Let's see.
Take a look at the knob next to the launch pad door. As you can see, it's horizontal.
Yes it is, isn't it?
However, when we investigated the scene of the crime yesterday, the knob was vertical.
But what does it mean?
It means that sometime between before the director arrived and after, someone turned this knob. After the scene was discovered, you were the only one who could have turned the knob. Come on now, Director Cosmos. Let's hear what you have to say. What were you trying to do by turning that knob by the door? Fine, I admit it. You're right, I did turn that knob. That knob is a safety lock meant to keep the launch pad in place. I was afraid there would be more explosions. So I wanted to move the launch pad away.
Nani?
You wanted to do what?
Hey, didn't Ponko tell us something about how they prepare for the launch? She said that once the launch pad's fully assembled, it's moved to the launch site. Oh yeah. But the safety lock in the boarding lounge has to be disengaged first.
guess that clears up what the knob is for.
Oh, so if the killer escaped into the Launchpad 1 corridor, maybe they were transported along with the launch pad to the launch site?
I don't think so. The Launchpad 1 corridor was filled with smoke. I don't think they could have escaped through that corridor.
So then where did the killer escape to?
I guess there's still some things we have to uncover. Director Cosmos, I request that you tell us about moving the launch pad in more detail.
Fine, but listen carefully, for I'm about to give history-making testimony.
It'll be down in the annals of history.
Down in the annals.
I know, I keep trying to not laugh at the word knob, but I can't help it because I'm like 12 in my brain.
Knob.
Knob.
Is that a euphemism for something?
Yeah. It's penis, isn't it? That's
what?
English for penis.
Oh, is a knob a penis?
I'm gonna make sure.
I was thinking
because
maybe-
Lisa said it all the time.
I was thinking maybe it was like nip knobs.
No.
Your knobs.
No.
Oh, I had no choice but to disengage the safety lock. Why are you so happy about that?
Okay, yeah. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't totally like basing my shit off of one person that I knew. But yeah.
Okay, cool. Wait, what's the secondary emotion to happy? Excited?
Joy?
Joy? Knob equals penis. Nice.
Hi, nobody.
Okay.
Because she would call people knobheads all the time.
I feared there might be more explosions, so I had to cut the launch pad loose. Surely the only escape the killer had was through launch pad 1. Why are you so mayoed? That area was a sea of smoke. Confound it, where on earth could they have gone? The trash can!
The trash!
They's in the trash can!
The famous phrase is slob on my knob. Okay,
Oh, that
I've
is true.
never heard anybody say slob on my knob, actually.
I've heard slob on my
Just
knob.
heard people, like, I've heard the insult knobhead.
Okay,
many
I
times.
think that, joy is very unexpected here.
I agree with you.
Let's see if I'm wrong. Yeah.
Yeah! See, I was like, there's gonna be a time.
Shankers on a knob equals herpes.
Okay, that one is amazing. I've never heard that one before. Lisa was holding out on me.
Oh, that's
She
right.
did introduce me.
Anung does watch a lot of British television. I had no choice but to disengage the safety lock. You make it sound like you were elected to do so. And yet when you did it, you felt some joy as if you were very pleased with yourself.
Aw, what if you just really wanted to turn the knob?
How do you do it? How do you know everything as if you were there?
I just like spat all over myself.
Pretty impressive, isn't it? This is the power of analytical psychology. Also, we're just fucking with you. We were there the whole time.
At least I was. So, care to explain why you felt joy when you disengaged the safety lock? I think back on the facts we've discovered up until this point. I have to believe that you were trying to fulfill some hidden agenda.
Of knob turning.
How did you know about that too?
Because I'm more or less a pro. I'm guessing.
Wow, Phoenix.
Precious.
But you have no proof that I have a hidden agenda. And even if I did, I would never ever tell you, so there!
What are you, 5?
I know they say people regress as they grow older, but you, sir, take the cake.
And how could you doubt a man with such great intensity, intelligence, and integrity? The 3 eyes!
Oh.
You, a man of integrity. Don't make me laugh.
Uh-oh, Blackwell is done.
Prosecutor Blackwell? What came over him all of a sudden? You've spouted nothing but falsities since you stepped upon the stand. You're not the kind of man that will be glorified in the annals of history.
I'm glad we're sticking with that.
Not for greatness, anyway. Unless you consider greatest barefaced liar in honor.
Oh, Blackwell! I know they say that you cut people down, but damn!
Liar! His words bite harder than his blade. That's my favorite expression. The who. You moved Launchpad 1 after the explosions. My, how naive you are. Anal knobs!
Yes.
You failed to realize how even the facts themselves have betrayed you. You know, just a thought, but modern English can be your friend.
Wow! Yes, Phoenix! Slay!
Phoenix with the sass!
Oh my god! I've been wanting to tell Blackwell that this whole time. I mean, I love Blackwell, and part of the reason why I love him so much is because he's so extra.
Absolutely.
But I love Sassy Phoenix, too.
Sassy Phoenix. I keep regressing back, though, because now he just looks like Baby Phoenix, so I keep regressing back to Baby Phoenix voice.
Does it make you want to sneeze a lot?
Well, not that baby. But it just makes me want to be like, super bad Phoenix. And I'm like, no, I've got to be slightly dejected Phoenix.
Jaded Phoenix.
Slightly jaded Phoenix. Little less jaded than the previous game Phoenix.
Yeah, that was all the grape juice, man.
And here's a thought for you. Immediately following the bombing, Launchpad 1 was on the boarding lounge one side. The police confirmed this on the scene. Liar!
So that means the director didn't move the launch pad?
Curse my judgment for calling history's greatest liar to the witness stand.
Damn, Blackwell, let him live.
Let us leave him to indulge in his lies and war games to his heart's content. But it doesn't make sense. You can't deny that something turned that knob. And once the safety lock was released, I'm sure the pad must have went somewhere. If we chase down the truth of this issue, we might just find where the killer escaped to. You're sure it must have went somewhere? We just might find out. Your arguments are nothing but conjecture, bluffing, and wishful thinking.
Yeah, how do you think I've won all these years?
Stop chasing your fantasies and see reality for what it really is. Or are you not man enough to, boy?
Wait, which is it? Are we old or are we young?
I know.
I'm confused. Hey, what's up, Yankee? Talk about hitting below the belt. Let him live, Blackwell, please.
Youngins these days. I don't understand. I'm sure Director Cosmos must have moved the launch pad. The knob was definitely turned after he came through the lounge. But the launch pad is right where it's supposed to be. Duh! Wait a minute. Maybe I'll have it all backwards. What if the director turned the knob not to move the launch pad away, but to bring it back to where it was supposed to be?
Nani the fuck?
What are you blathering about? What if the launch pad was at the launch site before the incident? And then after the incident, Director Cosmos moved it back to its usual spot. All he had to do was turn the knob to call the launch pad back. And it would be right where the police found it. Stop cutting my curly Q off.
I only have so many hairs, you know? Nice sigh. You made him sigh like Mr. Starbuck.
Was what I said really that off base?
I mean, Phoenix, even I'm kind of like, what?
pains me to have to explain how wrong your own logic is to you. However, our great liar turned the knob only after he discovered the crime scene.
Yeah, we do know that.
Indeed, the pad existed beyond the lounge when the Astro Wanderers made their escape. In fact, that has been recorded for posterity on filmless film.
Blackwell. Modern English.
Oh, right. So to reiterate, stop chasing your fantasies and see for reality for what it is, boy.
Duh! Get a grip, Mr. Wright, and focus. We know the launch pad must have been moved.
But our deductions and the actual facts of the case are in direct contradiction with each other.
Well, maybe the two astronauts never actually boarded the rocket. This footage could be fake. Taken with body doubles after the incident or something.
I don't know about all that.
You can't see their faces. I don't know. On second thought, that's too far-fetched even for me. Hi, Zordon!
Never actually boarded the rocket. You may be onto something with that idea. Body doubles, little much, but... Hey, wait a minute. Maybe, just maybe.
Huh?
Prosecutor Blackwell, what if I told you that the two astronauts
Imagine there are two astronauts.
never set foot inside the launch pad area, but instead went into another place? And what if the director moved the launch pad one back? Wait, what if when the director moved the launch pad one back, it was not from the launch site, but from another place? What would you say then? Cut the existential bull or I'll cut you. Oh, we dropped the English then.
Oh yeah, no, he dropped the act now. All right.
Mr. Wright, you will explain yourself at once.
I know I'm right. It was all the other way around from the beginning. Very well, Your Honor, let me explain. Director Cosmos' reason for moving Launchpad 1 was... I have no idea.
Save?
I don't know what
Time in jail
mess.
messed with him, huh? No, I have a feeling. I mean, I don't know what Simon Blackwell was like before he went to the Slammer, but I have a feeling he's always been a bit of a closet weeb. And I mean, like, I'm a weeb, so
It's cool.
no shame in that game.
Not at all.
But still. Bruh. English. You gotta speak English, Simon. Sick pyramid, bro. I love that emote so much.
It's beautiful. Okay, doesn't make sense to me to say hide it. 'Cause why would he want? How could he?
That's the only
hide a
one I'm
launch pad?
stuck on. The last two, I could see a reason behind both of those, but the first one, I'm like, meh,
Yeah,
Big one.
I think I'm gonna go with middle
Okay.
because I don't think he's just enough to be like, I'm gonna trap this killer. Because he wanted to switch it with some other place.
I'm sorry, but did you say switch it? What could he possibly have switched the launch pad with?
Oh, you'd be surprised, Your Honor. All it takes is a little thinking outside the box, and the answer becomes clear as day. This is what was switched with Launchpad 1. A
I don't think
space
he would
museum?
hide it as much as hide the killer. Yeah, exactly. He would make it would just be hiding the killer if he were to just hide it. But wouldn't hiding it also just be the same as trapping the killer?
Launchpad 1 was switched with the Space Museum.
Yeah, it's awesome.
In the past, the Space Museum used to be Launchpad 2. It has all the same features as Launchpad 1 and can even be moved to the launch site.
Oh, yeah.
Meaning the Space Museum and Launchpad 1 can also be switched with each other.
You can't mean...
But I can.
The rocket the astronauts boarded was not the one on Launchpad 1. It was the one in the Space Museum.
How come they didn't notice the display?
What? Balderdash!
Ooh. That's a game that we have in my closet that someone gave to us a long time ago and we've never played.
What is it?
It's like one of those word games.
Oh,
and
neat.
But it's also like it's one of those that it's just like you could just play Cards Against Humanity and be cool.
And yet it's the only explanation that accounts for every riddle and inconsistency. This is how the Space Center was just before the incident. I see launch... Oh, gee.
Oh, sorry, I was spacing out for a minute. I imagine that's a judge. I see Launchpad 1 in the Space Museum already switched places. I was thinking about the game Balderdash.
That's right. And with the two switched like this, the astronauts entered the Space Museum from boarding lounge 1. This allowed the true killer to enter Launchpad 1 from the boarding lounge 2. And set the bomb on the rocket.
Come to think of it, the door to the Space Museum from boarding lounge 2.
Welcome, welcome. The Space Museum is open to the public every day of the year from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Exactly. Anyone could pass through the door to the Space Museum. There's no fingerprint recognition system on that door. In other words, with the two launch pads switched like that, someone other than Mr. Starbuck could have easily planted that bomb.
Shit, dude.
Ugh. After setting the bomb on the rocket, the culprit snuck into boarding lounge 1 and waited there concealed. In order to kill Mr. Terran when the two astronauts emerged from the Space Museum. Just Mr. Terran? Why not both?
Yeah, why didn't you kill fucking Starbuck?
Recall that Ms. Blackwell, Mr. Starbuck, and the director all saw a suspicious figure, who we can suppose, after killing Mr. Terran, made their escape into the Space Museum. After that, Director Cosmos switched the two launch pads back, without realizing the killer was inside the Space Museum.
Oh, ish. Oh my god, it's Airframe and Kibo! Get him. This is lit. It's just fucking... Well, I mean, I guess it is actually literally lit since there were bombs and everything. Yeah.
The killer then left the Space Museum and made a clean getaway.
This is a very flawed setup, now that I think. When we first went there, I was like, this is cool that it's on a track or whatever. Some like millions of people's tax dollars went into this, but it's really neat. And now I'm just like, there's no fingerprint recognition for the Space Museum, so this is kind of fucked up. I mean, I'm guessing you have to have really high clearance in order to make, like,
The switch.
yeah, to disengage the lock. Still, though.
Here's my thing. I think it would have been a much more logical scenario. We just let the killer escape through the trash chute.
But we also don't know where the trash chute goes. Like, what if it were... I mean, this is just me playing into... I don't know if we'll actually get into anything about the trash chute at all. But, I mean, like... What if the trash chute goes into, like, a fucking incinerator and you just burn to death and die? Or, like... What if it just puts you out in an area that's in plain-ass sight?
I'm just saying story.
I mean, I would have done it. I would have gone right into the trash chute
Well, no,
and probably
I'm
died.
I'm just saying story writing wise, This seems like a really complex situation to work up when he could have just gone through the trash.
Well, that's why I'm like, whoever fucking orchestrated all of this knows the Space Center really fucking well. That and, like, obviously, Mr. Cosmos here is no fucking saint because, like I said, not just anybody can turn that knob. So this is a scheme that can only work as an inside job. Because they're like, no one will ever figure this out. Unless you're a fucking bullshitter like Phoenix Wright.
Perhaps I should call you Swordmaster Bluff.
You can call me whatever you like, as long as, you know.
I'm a seasoned warrior who has cut down many a prosecutor.
In more ways than one.
Unless you can prove your theory, it's no better than a rusty sword. That's right, you have no proof I switched to launch pads!
Yeah, we do. What did we just finish doing?
Somebody needs a better anger management counselor.
If the launch pads really were switched, there might be a record of it somewhere.
At this point, Launchpad 1 and the Space Museum were switched with each other. So the corridor behind the door should be one that belongs to the Space Museum. Let's see, this is the image of Launchpad 1 corridor. Ah.
Do you see anything different when we compare it to the security footage?
Oh, whoops. Yes, I do. The number on the floor. I thought they were going to let us two figure it out.
Well, that one was pretty... I mean, I guess they could have been like, if you're not that observant, but I was like... It's the only thing left in the photo we haven't looked at.
Well, what do you know? It looks like we have proof after all, Professor Blackwell. Prosecutor Blackwell.
It's like, no, I'll take it.
And that this is just another bluff. Oh, don't worry. It's all right here. Right in this footage.
They'll probably still make you point it out.
Proof that beyond this door, the corridor to the Space Museum.
Very well then, answer this for me if you would.
Yep.
What did the footage prove? The corridor belongs... I hope it's a number on the floor. Goody.
There's a 1 on the floor of the Launchpad 1 corridor. But take a look at the floor of the corridor and the security footage, not the secretary footage. Do you see the number on the floor behind the astronauts? It doesn't look like a 1, does it? That's because what you see is actually part of a 2. What?
Yeah, you didn't expect that, did you, bitch?
Why is it a 2 and not a 1? That's because the corridor you see is 1 to the Space Museum.
And so that means the corridor in this footage was not filled with smoke, obviously.
That's right, because the explosion didn't occur in the Space Museum. The explosion occurred in Launchpad 1, on the side opposite the Space Museum. And now that we know the 2 astronauts escaped the Space Museum, the mystery of the previous trial of how they got down the ladder is cleared up. Mr. Terran, carrying Mr. Starbuck, simply took the elevator from the upper level down to the middle level.
Just incredible. The 2 launch pads were actually switched. You'd think someone would have noticed an event of this magnitude.
Everyone was down on the basement shelter when the launch pads were swapped back.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way anyone could have known what was happening on the surface.
Oh, Ish! He's about to vom, for real.
Yep.
Although they didn't include the stepladder argument there.
No more lies, Director Cosmos. It's high time you told us the truth. Oh, look at Daddy Phoenix.
And the truth is, there is no argument for ladders and stepladders. We cleared it up. and it's the truth.
My honor, my glory, everything is slipping away. Oh god, galactic engine, ignition. What? It's gone haywire.
Somebody stop that
It
segue!
won't stop. Ah, my stars, my glory. Ah! Ah!
What an amazing breakdown. Oh my god! Somebody stop that man!
No, not that way.
Is he gonna be okay?
Who cares?
Like Meekins is in the hallway standing guard and he just like mows him down.
Bailiff, on your steed after that witness.
On your steed?
Yeah, whatever that means.
On your horse.
No, I know it's a running gag. Yankee, oh my god, you don't even know. I got into a very long fight with one of my mods about the stepladder thing. Like, we amped it up to 11 and got into a very heated debate. Like, the stepladder argument came to a head on this fucking channel.
I see we managed to retrieve you before you came to any bodily harm.
Director Cosmos, do you admit you switched the launch pads? I admit it's true. I switched launch pad 1 for the Space Museum.
Oh, it's good to hear words I can believe in for a change.
Before you do, Your Honor, 2 things. First, we don't know if Mr. Terran had prior knowledge of the switch. As for Mr. Starbuck, he was unaware of his surroundings thanks to his medication. Either way, Mr. Terran would have realized the instant he stepped into the Space Museum that it had been switched with Launch Pad 1. So my first question is, if the Space Museum was perfectly fine, why did Mr. Terran feel the need to put on such a dramatic display? As for my second question, I'd like Director Cosmos to tell us why he switched the 2 launch pads to begin with.
Please, I can't. I exercise my right to remain silent.
That's not fishy.
But I will say my hands were tied. I was only doing what I could to keep my men from getting caught in that blast.
The director is terrified. He must have one heck of a reason for not wanting to explain why.
Probably not a good time to try and pry it out of him, huh?
Oh no, I just want to clarify that I still think the latter argument is hilarious. That's why we made a big deal about it.
Aw, I almost feel bad for him.
I love this guy and his little segue.
Excuse me, but would you mind if I picked up my stars? Without my badge of rank, I'm nothing.
Oh no!
I don't see why not. Bailiff, help the director retrieve his stars, if you would.
Oh.
Hey, hello, past the stampede. This poor guy, I feel bad for him.
I feel a little bad for him.
It appears the possibility of a culprit other than the defendant has presented itself again. Mr. Starbuck, is there anything you wish to say?
I don't get it.
Don't, get it. What don't you get?
Director, why did you do all that? From the very beginning, you never meant for the launch to go ahead, did you? You tricked us. Mr. Starbuck.
Starbuck, my boy, I'm sorry. I can't tell you the reason why, but I had to do it to protect the Space Center.
Director! Will I ever get the chance to go into space again?
Aw, feelings.
Yes, of course. I won't rest until it happens. I will get you into space again, my boy.
Aw.
Then the dream is still alive.
Nobody asked you to cut down this poor man's dream, Blackwell.
You're not going into space, Starbuck. We're prison. I won't have it any other way.
Bruh.
Why are you so hung up on him? Yes, I accept the launch pads really were switched. And if there were a third person at the scene, I suppose they could have escaped. But I have yet to see proof of this third person's escape via the Space Museum.
Oh, that's a good point.
Ugh, he's right. I don't have any proof. Starbuck, you will spill everything you know. What, me? Ah! Where did you get those bombs? Tell me now.
Bro.
If you don't, my blade shall feast on your blood. Gah! If I'm gonna die, I want to die in space!
That'd be a horrible death.
I have to do something. Solomon Starbuck, prepare yourself.
Yeah, no. Did you forget? Now, you know violence isn't the answer, Prosecutor Blackwell. Did you forget that seriously my entire fucking purpose is to keep you under control?
An annoying, cheerful laugh. It can be none other than...
Champion of Righteousness, Bobby Fulbright, here! I've been here the whole time! I just thought this was incredibly arousing. In justice we trust! I also argue stepladder in the occasion that it's a stepladder. Sometimes it's not. Most of the time it is. It isn't this game. It is 100% a stepladder.
Detective Fulbright!
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Lawyer. I hope I'm not too late.
You're too late. Enjoy the pool.
Oh.
I don't believe we had an appointment.
I tried to hurry, but I ended up helping a little old lady cross the street. Just kidding. I was watching from the gallery. Then I had to break up a cat fight. And I tell you, justice sure is a full-time job.
Gosh, why are you so precious? Was it a fight between cats, or... Why are you here again?
Because the defendant isn't the culprit, and I came to make sure that justice is served.
I don't have any idea what you're talking about. Fulbright.
I love it when you call me that.
I always thought you were a bit touched in the head. But have you finally succumbed?
I'll succumb to whatever you want, baby. Nope, but it looks like you've succumbed to this phantom of yours. Open your eyes and let the evidence of justice uncloud your judgment.
What evidence?
This dick. I'm sorry. Come to think of it, he did say something about finding us some evidence. Thanks, you two. Feel a lot better now that I've been able to get that off my chest. I'm going to work extra hard to find that perfect piece of evidence for you. I didn't think he was serious, though.
So what is it, Detective? Is it something that will prove Mr. Starbuck innocent?
It is indeed. Have a look at this.
Oh, ish!
What's this? A lighter?
That's right. A lighter thought to have been used by the culprit, no less. The Space Museum's cleaning robot picked it up.
Oh, snappity.
It has the victim Clay Terran's blood, along with his killer's fingerprints on it.
What?
Nani? Something was using another. Wait, no. No spoilers for the end of this game, and no spoilers for Spirit of Justice. I just want to put that out there, because none of us have played Spirit of Justice. I don't want any of that. And just be careful, because I don't but get excited. But no spoilerinos.
Order! And stuff. Detective Fulbright, can I assume the fingerprints don't belong to the defendant?
Because I have no idea whose fingerprints is on those lighter. You bet! Mr. Starbuck is totally innocent!
This is it. This is just what I needed.
Lighter's false positive? Well, I don't know whose fucking prints are on this, but either way.
Your Honor, this is decisive evidence that supports the defense's earlier claim.
Explain yourself, Mr. Wright.
With pleasure, Your Honor. Recall where this lighter was found. Based on that, we can extrapolate that after the killer murdered Mr. Terran, they escaped with the lighter in hand into the Space Museum, where they dropped it. The switching of the two launch pads occurred. And then finally, the killer left through boarding lounge 2 and made their escape. Meanwhile, Mr. Starbuck was found in boarding lounge 1 after the murder, a fact that Director Cosmos has testified to. Therefore, Mr. Starbuck couldn't have possibly been the one to drop the lighter there. But the defendant had free reign of the area until Director Cosmos appeared. Could he have not dropped the lighter in the Space Museum during that span of time? You'd like to think that would be true, wouldn't you? But Director Cosmos testified that right after he saw the mysterious figure with the lighter, he went into the lounge and found the unconscious Mr. Starbuck. In other words, Mr. Starbuck wouldn't have had time to double back to the museum. No, Prosecutor Blackwell, this lighter could only have been dropped by the real killer. Most importantly, Mr. Starbuck's fingerprints were nowhere to be found on this lighter. I think you understand what this means, don't you?
Whose prints are on the lighter?
This piece of evidence unequivocally proves that Mr. Starbuck wasn't the culprit.
It's like you look at it and it's like Phoenix's fingerprints. He's like, wait a minute. I take it back.
This does indeed appear to be decisive evidence that proves the defendant's claims.
As for the remote switch that was found in Mr. Starbuck's pocket, we can assume it was just planted by the killer on the unconscious Mr. Starbuck. No, there must be some mistake.
Frankly, Prosecutor Blackwell, I've been worried about you. You've been chasing this phantom for 7 whole years. I understand your urgency because tomorrow...
Fulbright, you promised never to speak of that. Huh? Tomorrow? What about tomorrow?
Given the body of evidence, I think it's safe to say that the defendant is innocent, in light of the fact it was impossible for him to have committed the crime. A few unanswered questions remain, so I look forward to seeing what you two uncover. It's another investigation day, are you ready? But for now, this court finds the defendant, Solomon Starbuck. Oh, we got a not guilty already. Hell yeah!
That was actually quite short. Aw, look at him go! We did it, Mr. Wright.
Looks like we pulled it off somehow, huh? With the help of Detective Fulbright. Mr. Wright, Miss Sykes, thank you. And please thank Apollo for me, too. You all are the best.
I do wish we could tell Apollo about Mr. Starbuck's verdict right now.
Yeah, me too. But that's gonna have to wait.
Awkward.
Now that a verdict has been reached, I'd like to bring today's trial to a close. Court is adjourned. I'm gonna go home and make love to my wife.
Or not.
It's too late to object, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, it is.
It simply isn't possible. Something's wrong.
Prosecutor Blackwell, are you dissatisfied with the verdict? Too bad.
Fulbright. What were the results of the fingerprint analysis for the lighter?
Huh? The results? Well, I was in a hurry, you see, and there was that cat fight, and, well, I kind of got carried away when I heard the prince word Mr. Starbucks, so...
You've yet to read it. Prosecutor Blackwell, can you read out who the prince belonged to? To? Upon thorough analysis, the fingerprints were found to belong to Athena Sykes.
What? That was not what I remembered happening.
Called that shit.
What?
In the back of my head, I was like, I bet Athena's prints are on that fucking
I
lighter.
was like, jokingly, I was like, what's it's gonna be Phoenix? And then he's gonna be like, never mind. I recant my statement. Yo, Charcoal, what's up? Oh, thank you. That's really sweet. I'm glad that you're doing well, and it's really nice to see VOD boys in person. VOD boys and girls. We don't have very many of you, but we know you're out there. Like,
You exist.
there's a handful of you, and you guys are great. Oh, I'm dying right now.
In the back of my head, though, I was like, Athena's prince is gonna be on that fucking lighter.
I'm fucking dying. That's so funny. Well, of
What?
course it's not really Athena, but like let's not get too into it. You know, enjoy the ride. Or at least let us enjoy the ride.
Order, I say, order! Miss Sykes, tell me you have an explanation for this?
I might have an explanation. I'm feeling...
Well, I mean, when would she have touched it?
She didn't have to touch it.
Yes, she did if her prints are on it.
Just finished proving this lighter could only belong to the killer. So finding a prints on it can only lead us to one grave conclusion.
I don't know how they got on there, but I know I'm not the culprit. I don't even know that kid.
This can't be happening. We built up our argument piece by piece. And I don't think any of our reasoning was faulty. So how could it have led to this?
So this is automatically somehow Athena has fallen into the Maya. She's now become the Maya that gets accused. And now we have to defend her. What have I done? Please forgive me, I'm sorry!
Order! Order, Detective Fulbright, stop your crying!
What in the world is happening here? It's like the world's gone mad. Again! For the millionth time.
Order! Order, I will have order!
Everyone in the gallery is like dead quiet. They're like, what? We're in order?
Confusion spiraled into utter chaos. After all we fought for, the truth had been turned cruelly on us to accuse Athena of the crimes. Somewhere, somehow, everything had gone terribly wrong. We had stumbled over the edge of reason and into the jaws of a twisted darkness.
That was a little much, Phoenix, even for you.
Wait, so this is the end of this trial? So is this...
It's a twofer. Well, I mean, they split it up because Solomon Starbuck is not your defendant anymore.
Time out.
Time out, yes.
I just want to know, no spoilers.
Shut up, chat. You can ask me.
That's what I'm asking you.
Yes, but I won't say yes or no. But
Oh wait, hold on. There's a cutscene.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Babu Athena.
We've kind of seen this before in flashes.
Yeah. That's a sword. the sins we've committed, and the sadness we've caused.
Simon.
Oh wait, that part is new. You guessed by the samurai sword. You're like, I bet that's Simon.
Well, he's wearing the jacket.
Yeah, but we didn't see this part before. Cutscenes we saw were just the sword. You were like, I bet it's that guy.
No matter how far we run, our past remains, as ever present as the moon in the sky.
Oh, Polly. Polly Wally.
He's so anime now.
I
Look at him.
know, I love it. I love how anime you are. Aw, look up at the moon in the...
The moon in the clear day sky?
I mean, that happens sometimes, but usually only in the morning.
Yeah.
It looms in wait for the day when we are forced to face it. Ooh, drama. But only in doing so can we truly make peace and move on and hope towards tomorrow.
Why did they render that in 3D and not animated? That was weird. Hey, Benzo, what's up?
Okay.
But yeah, I mean it. If we don't have mods in here to purge spoilers, I will just minimize chat and we won't read chat the whole time.
But here's my question. You said there were 2 more cases left. Is this technically what you considered still part of the last case, or is this the final case?
No, this is a new case.
This is the final case.
It's a new case, but it's not. Because it
You said we had 2 cases left. Is this the last case? Or do we have one more
This
case?
is the last case.
This is the last case, so we have no more cases after this.
Yes.
Okay. That's all I wanted to know. I didn't
Okay.
need to know any spoilers. I just wanted to know if this was the final
Nothing
case.
beyond that. Yes. What? No. No. It's cool. Nobody. I'm just, in the past, we've had some mods around that are familiar with this game, and I was like, you can purge any spoiler you want. But, like, now that we're getting into the shit with Blackwell, I'm just like, I just won't even, chat will just go away. If y'all can't behave.
They took Athena from the courtroom, straight to the station. She's probably being questioned at this very moment.
Oh. It's fine for right now. I'm just being dramatic.
After this past year, I took it for granted that those 2 would always be here. But now Apollo's gone off on his own to seek his own truth. And my pursuit of the truth only ended up with Athena becoming a new suspect. Some boss I turned out to be.
Weenie weenie.
Oh, but your daughter still loves you.
It's even quieter in here than usual.
Yeah. Seems so empty, too.
I just don't get it, Daddy. All of your reasoning during the trial seemed perfectly solid.
Yeah, I still believe it was. At least, based on what we know.
But now, Athena's the one who's being accused.
It happened to Maya all the time. I'm sure it'll work out.
During the trial for the bombing and the murder that occurred at the Cosmos Space Center.
Oh no, I love that. I don't know this game. I can spoil that you'll win though, because everything works out in the end. It's true.
The lighter used by the real culprit was found. This lighter proved the defendant, Solomon Starbuck, innocent. But Athena's prints were found on it instead. And she was subsequently arrested for the murder.
For the Moida.
She wasn't even there.
But Athena couldn't have done it. It just doesn't make any sense.
No, none of it does. I've been racking my brain, but I just can't figure it out. Ugh, where was the flaw in my reasoning? What have I got wrong in this case? You know, Daddy, if Athena was here... Athena.
If Athena was here.
Sorry, I had a hiccup and burp when I said Athena. She wouldn't just be sitting around thinking. She'd be out there doing something. You are going to defend Athena, right, Daddy? Of course I will. And thanks, Trucy. I needed that push.
Trucy's theme.
Trucy's right. The trial is tomorrow. There's no time to waste. If I'm going to prove Athena's innocence, I'd better get out of here and find some evidence. Off we go then. We're on a hunt for evidence that'll prove Athena's innocence. Great, but before we go, I'd better tidy up the evidence I have on hand.
Just stash it in a fucking thing.
My God, I love her on her her little
I know, that's my favorite Trucy
rocking
animation.
back and forth.
Yeah, where she like rocks on her heels. That's my favorite animation of hers. And the one where she knocks her hat.
Okay, so
Have we seen Mr. Hat at all since we started playing Dual Destinies?
I feel
in
like we
3D?
have.
Have we?
I feel like we have once.
We saw her do her panties trick, but I don't know if we've seen Mr. Hat.
Maybe I'm wrong. But I am a little confused about something. Well, not confused, but I've got a an observation I would like to make. Why all the bitches in Phoenix Wright only wear one earring?
Yeah, what is up with that anyway? You know, it's kind of weird.
Fucking Trucy be wearing only one earring. Athena be wearing only one earring. What is going on?
Okay, here's the thing. I know there's the magic floating spaghetti that's supposed to be part of her magic show, but you could argue that Phoenix is also so bad at cooking that it's just some horrible cooking experiment gone wrong. That's the beauty of Phoenix Wright. You don't know. It could be one or the other and be totally plausible. The only thing Phoenix is good at other than lawyering is keeping Charlie alive after all these years. And cleaning toilets. That's it. He's
Well, now
really good at cleaning toilets.
He gets other people to do it now. I take it all back. I refute everything that I put against Detective Fulbright. Trucy's the killer.
Oh my god, I just realized that her dad has a picture now in the back of the office.
Oh, that's sad.
But really sweet.
Sweet, but sad.
Man, that sucks. He's super dead.
He is. I wonder if that's like his urn.
Oh, right next to it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Do we ever get the chance to investigate?
I don't know.
I doubt it would have a thing, but...
Look at her though. Those are the eyes of a murderer. Cold-blooded murderer.
She's so cute. This is gonna be a lot of you. So, do you want a top off or no?
Yes.
Because this is an opportune moment for me to dip out for a second and come back.
Hold on, I'm gonna take a hit of this, but y'all can just listen to me vape. That's fine.
Vape Nation, vape ASMR. Vape right in the microphone. Do it. Ah. I have to pee. I need this.
Okay. Athena's probably still in the middle of being questioned.
You want me to put olives in this too? Like,
Yes, please. Make it legit,
okay.
but not too alcoholic, because I'll get sick. So Trucy's right. The thing we start with is talking to people at the Space Center. No, we can't examine. Damn it. I really want to know if that's his urn. Look at Trucy. She's so precious. Alright, we moving. We going to the Space Center entrance. Director Cosmos, do you have a minute? Galactic Scooter, full speed ahead. Director. He scooted away. His expression changed the instant he saw you, Daddy. Yeah, well, I dragged his name through the mud pretty good at the trial earlier today. Some people give funny dialogue if you show the badge. Let's see what Trucy says.
I guess presenting your attorney's badge is like your quick trick, huh, Daddy?
So it's just a trick to you, huh?
Well, you are one of the talents in our Write Anything agency, after all. But I have to say that an attorney's badge won't get many laughs.
I don't care if I don't get laughs, as long as I can clear my client's name.
That's a good one, Daddy.
I'm no match for you, though, Trucy. Wow. She's cute. They're so cute. All right, let's go. Trucy was cuter in 2D. We were here only yesterday. Oh, hey. Mr. Starbuck, you've been released, huh? Yep, I came straight here. This is all thanks to you and your team, Mr. Wright. You've given me a second chance to fly into space again. I can't thank you enough. Except... What's wrong? I thought he'd be happy to be acquitted. As I was coming out of the detention center, I saw Miss Sykes. He saw Athena? I was at a loss for words. I didn't know what to say to the poor girl. And then, you know what? She flashed a peace sign at me. Congratulations on your acquittal, she said. Now you can go back into space someday. Yeah, that sounds like Athena. I can just picture it. But I saw her eyes. They were red and swollen from crying. She's gotta be suffering. She must be so worried. And yet she went out of her way to be nice and give me that big smile.
She held back her own tears so she could give someone else a smile. That's so Athena.
There's no question about it. That girl is innocent. Please, Mr. Wright, you have to make sure she goes free. And then they can put me in prison instead. I don't mind. We can't have that either, Mr. Starbuck. Don't worry, Mr. Starbuck. I'm gonna give her the very best defense I can. I promise to get her acquitted, just like I did for you. I know she'll be alright with you in her corner. I know you'll never give up on her. Apollo has a fine boss to look up to. I still can't believe Launchpad 1 was switched with the Space Museum. What could have made Director Cosmos do such a thing? I haven't the foggiest idea. So there was never gonna be a launch that day, not even from the very beginning. I wonder if Clay knew. I imagine he must have. Surely he would have noticed when you went to board the rocket. It's pathetic to think I was the only one who got taken in. But I guess that's how it goes when you're the worth less than space debris.
Is he going to be alright, Daddy? His expression looks as dark as a black hole.
Well, that's just how he is. Mr. Starbuck, do you remember anything about the murderer? Not really. I only saw a shadowy figure in the dark after all. Yeah, I guess that was a little too much to hope for. Hey, I heard something from the police, though. They said they never did find a 10 caliber gun down the trash chute. Just as I thought, the culprit must have carried it away with them when they escaped.
Is that enough olives?
Oh, hell yeah.
I try not to make it too strong.
Thank you.
The same with
I
my
appreciate
drink, because
that.
I'm not trying to get, like,
Yeah.
slammered.
Yeah, no, I just wanted a little more olive juice taste in my mouth. And it feels wrong to just drink straight olive juice.
There's a little bit of vermouth in there, too. I gave you the whole package, just a little bit less, like, not quite so strong, like, alcoholic-wise. Anyways.
I'm giving you a thumbs up because I appreciate it. I was drinking water because stay hydrated, fam.
Yeah, stay hydrated. Here's your reminder to stay hydrated.
I've been doing a lot of talking. Just, I already said that.
I knew you were going to, because you and Trucy on a fucking
We're
daddy-daughter investigation date.
Yay!
It's like, we're investigating a murder. It's bonding.
I wish I could drink gin still, but I can't.
Yeah, Sid actually can't have gin, so it's
It's vodka.
a specific vodka.
It's a specific vodka.
Because not all vodka is purely from potatoes. Fun fact. Some of it is also still from wheat.
Fact, I would say most of the vodkas on, like, most of the popular vodkas that you drink are not potato.
Yep. They're wheat. Cool story. I mean, I always thought vodka was just like
Potatoes.
potato.
But it ain't.
Nope. It's not.
Oh, baby.
Is it good?
That's so good.
Yay! I don't drink dirty martinis, so it always makes me happy when I make a good one for you, because I was like, I'm not taste testing this. I don't know about olive juice, but there are people who drink olive oil. I don't think I could. The idea of drinking olive oil is not appealing to me.
It reminds me of glyceride.
Yes, it reminds me of glyceride. You guys fans of Junji Ito? You guys
fucking love
You guys
Junji.
ever read fucking glyceride?
Because it's worth it.
It's gross.
It's gross. but
Thinking
it's
about
worth
it makes me want to vomit, actually.
You know, I would say that I'm not a big drinker, but I've been drinking a lot of alcohol recently. But I've come to realize
I know. It's because you really just like olive juice.
I just really like drinking olive juice.
You're like, man, I want a dirty martini, but it's not because you're like, I can't wait to get hammered. It's like, I can't wait to drink olive juice and eat olives.
Yep.
And like, we have martini glasses, so like, you make it in a martini glass and you put like the olives in a little toothpick and you have like a straw in your glass.
Mhm.
It's all fancy looking. And it's like, it's the aesthetic and the olive juice. And you're just like, man, I want a dirty martini. I'm gonna be classy up in here.
I don't even really need the vodka. I was wondering if I could make. Okay. We're being sidetracked, but this is Phoenix, right?
I was gonna say that I have no excuse. I've been in a lot of pain for random things recently, and it's not good to self-medicate, but I don't
It
really
helps.
have any way of managing it other than like getting massages and whatever. So it's like I'm drinking a lot more lately than usual because pain, but it's getting better. So, you know.
So here's the thing. I love the taste of a dirty martini because it's bitter and salty. But the bitterness comes from the alcohol and vermouth.
Right.
So I was wondering if there was a way I could make a virgin dirty martini.
I'm sure there is.
But here's the thing. I'm worried that if I look up a recipe for it, it's just going to be like, well, just drink olive juice. But I'm like, no, I need that bitterness.
But you haven't tried to look it up though?
No.
I mean, you're gonna be investigating. I'll look it up.
Yeah. See?
Leave
oh,
it to me,
I was
babe.
like, also see
I'll make you a good ass drink.
if they make you know how they make alcoholless beers?
Right.
Like alcohol-free beers.
Yes.
See if they make alcohol-free vermouth. Because if they make alcohol-free
What the fuck is vermouth anyway?
It's wine.
Okay. But like,
It's like extra fermented wine.
but then like, how would you make that alcoholless?
I mean, how do you make beer alcoholless?
Good point. All right, hang on a second.
So was the person you saw holding a gun Mr. Starbuck?
Oh wait, I read that sentence totally wrong. But anyway, I couldn't really tell. But it wasn't Athena, right? Could you tell if the person was male or female? Tall or short? I can't even tell you that much. Man, I'm useless.
Aww.
When the culprit opened the door and some light came in, I should have been able to see. The door. Ah, yes. As I recall, they opened this door here as they made their escape. Sparkling water on the rocks with olive juice, but that would make it carbonated.
Yeah.
And apple juice would make it sweet. I want it bitter. It's the vodka and the dry vermouth
I'm looking into it.
that makes it bitter.
I gotta say though, when I Google virgin dirty martini, the first thing that comes up is filthy dirty martini. Filth. But yeah, I'm looking into it.
Because if I was just to drink straight olive juice and eat straight olives, it would just be salty. I wouldn't have that nice bitterness.
Sid loves the bitter.
I love the bitter and the salt, so the combination of the two.
Yeah, that's how, I mean, I can get that too.
Oh, olive juice would cut the carbonation, make it more bitter.
That's actually really interesting. You should experiment with that.
I should.
And in the meantime, I will still continue researching, but that's not a bad idea.
Granny Smith apple juice.
The door to Launchpad 1, right?
Yeah, except right now the door leads to the Space Museum. You mean the launch pad and the Space Museum are switched right now? Yeah, they're trying to investigate the theory you came up with in court. So they're recreating the conditions, huh? I'd like to see what's beyond that door now.
Actually, I've already found a recipe for something that's just, that actually recommends sparkling water and olive juice.
Oh, snappity.
I'm gonna keep looking, though, while you're doing this. I'm gonna keep researching. We're gonna learn some shit today.
Mr. Starbuck, could you open this door for us? Sure. Just let me have my print scanned here.
Yo.
Switching the launch pad. Had some dark chocolate too. What?
Sid's not into chocolate, though. When it comes to bitter, I'm on the side of, like, I like sweet and salty and sweet and bitter. Sid doesn't really like sweet at all. Much.
Sweet and bitter when it comes to coffee. Like, I like I like it more bitter than sweet, but I like a slightly sweet coffee.
I love dark chocolate. I don't care what the fuck anyone ever says about, like, oh, stereotyping. Women love dark chocolate. Yeah, I don't care. I love dark chocolate. It's good. It's good as hell. It's fucking delicious.
I mean,
I don't
first
like
of all,
just sweet.
First of all, I thought the stereotype was that women loved chocolate, not specifically dark chocolate.
I'm from not what I've heard, but
Because I would assume that women love milk chocolate because it's super sweet, and that men love dark chocolate.
milk. No,
'Cause
it's not.
manly.
No, for some reason it's not. That's not what I've heard.
At least that's what it is in like Asian countries. In Japan, dark chocolate is marketed towards
Okay,
men.
yeah, no, I could see that in the Eastern culture,
Yeah.
but
But
I've never had a sweet tooth, so but I do like chocolate. There's something about, it's not the sweetness of chocolate. There's something else about chocolate that I really like. I don't know if it's just like because a lot of times it's creamy
I'm
or
bitter.
something. But yeah, specifically I love dark chocolate the most because it's so bitter. It's sweet and bitter. It's that combination of flavors. So
I will say
I hate like when you go on the opposite end and it's like I don't mind milk chocolate as much as long as I can't have too much of it because
Yeah.
it gets too much. But I can't stand white chocolate at all.
ain't even chocolate.
It's not even it's so gross. I don't and it's cool if you like it, but I can't.
It's too
I
sweet.
can't. It's way too much.
See, here's the thing. I'm not a big fan of chocolate. But if you were like, Sid, you gotta eat chocolate, I'm gonna eat dark chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the only way you can get me to eat
People say
chocolate.
dark chocolate is good for you, but
It is.
I mean, I don't actually know.
It's like got antioxidants and shit.
But then, like, you have to get into the whole, like, the antioxidant thing, like, whether or not it's bullshit.
Yeah.
So it's
True.
like, quote unquote, dark chocolate is good for you. Can you hear my air quotes?
Everything is good for you in moderation.
Yeah.
Sugar is good for you in moderation.
It's true. Everything is somewhat good for you. You know, like if it's edible, you're providing your body with some type of something to keep it functioning. It's just when you do one particular thing in excess that it's bad for you.
You know what, though? I will say, I do like the taste of dark chocolate when you put it with cayenne pepper.
Yeah, no, actually I do too, and I don't really like spicy that much, but I do like that.
Cayenne pepper and dark chocolate is about
I'm
the
also
only time I can get behind chocolate.
I'm super into like salted chocolate things. If something is like a chocolate that has like a, not necessarily like, people always think of like bacon, like chocolate covered bacon.
No.
That's not really my jam, but
I like-
if it's got sea salt on it or something, I'm into that.
I guess
And I like meat. I just like, I guess I'm just not crazy about bacon the way that a lot of people are. Like, I like bacon. I'll eat bacon, but
don't like bacon.
100% I would prefer turkey bacon than anything. Not because I'm all like, I don't know, it's not necessarily to be trendy or anything. It's just that regular like pork bacon is very fatty, and I don't care for the fat. I like it to be more just like the meat. So like I like turkey bacon more.
The only reason I ever liked bacon back in the day
I loved it as a kid.
was on BLTs, because I used to love BLTs. But then I was introduced to PLTs, and now I don't even fucking need bacon for nothing.
What is a PLT?
Portobello mushroom, lettuce and tomato.
Oh, I do like portobello mushrooms. Bacon, I get like the crispiness of it. Like there's a certain turkey doesn't necessarily get that as crunchy as regular bacon, so I get that. But like it's so fatty. It's so fatty. So it's like not even worth it to me, because I get to bits of bacon that are like just fat, and I'm like, this is gross.
Yeah.
This isn't even good. So
So
I feel like it's super, I don't know, overrated maybe. Like it's, I get it, because like I have a super salt tooth, so I get people are like, yo, bacon though, and I'm like, okay, but if you were to like give me a choice between regular bacon and turkey bacon, I would pick turkey every time.
we'll see.
I do wish turkey bacon could be as like crunchy and crispy as regular bacon, but it's still better to me overall because I don't have to deal with like the bits of fat on regular bacon. And it's not even a like, I don't like to eat fat things. It's like fat, it's gross to eat.
Yeah.
Like fatty parts of bacon. It's disgusting. It's like, no, thanks.
See, here's my thing. I feel like I should mention, because a lot of the times, like, you guys hear me say I hate chocolate so much. I really just hate, like, I hate milk chocolate. I cannot stand milk chocolate at all.
I like milk chocolate, but for like a bite or two, and then I can't eat any more than that.
If you give me a granola bar that has dark chocolate in it, I can eat it. Like, I'll eat it just fine. It's
I'm
fine.
gonna leave this up so that I can, because I found a slew of recipes for a virgin martini stuff.
It's just not my favorite. Like, it's not, like, I can tolerate it, I can eat it, but it's just not my preference.
Yeah.
When it comes to dark chocolate. Do not give me milk chocolate, though. No, thank you. But I don't...
Butyric acid? I feel like we've talked about that before, but you're gonna have to remind me of what that is. But yeah, dark chocolate's where it's at.
And the darker, the better.
But the thing is, spec is different than spec lat, but the latter is like the big chunk that's an inch thick. I'm not necessarily even hating on like bacon straight up. Like if you give me something with bacon in it, I will fucking eat it. I love bacon anyway. I'm just saying if you give me a choice, I would prefer to have turkey bacon over regular bacon, because I'm not into the super fatty, greasy bacon.
Yeah. It makes it taste a bit like vomit. But...
Hey, Steve! This is Starbuck. He's a space guy, so they made his hair look like a rocket. That's right. I do remember having European chocolate, and it tasted very different, but I couldn't put my finger on what it was.
I just don't typically like milk chocolate tends to be sweeter, and I don't typically like sweet. I mean, I can eat like there are some sweet things that I like. I'm not like anti-sweet, but
I'll just, like, I crave sweet things sometimes like that. But then, like, after a couple of bites, I'll crave something salty immediately afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
So, but that's all that it is. The only thing that I can't stand is, like, like, white chocolate. Because it's not
I can't
even...
stand
it's
anything
just straight,
too rich.
yeah. Or, like, marshmallow, or...
Ugh.
God, marshmallow makes me want to vom.
I can't even think about eating candy anymore.
Yeah.
Like candy, bleh.
Yeah, like super sweet candy. Like I like sour things, but even when it comes to sour, I don't know if I can get into like straight up candy
Yeah, no.
territory, because even sour candy
It's just too much.
has this like thick syrupy
Yeah.
texture, and I'm just like, I want to vom right now. I'm gonna blow chunks. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at all. Oh no, 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 'cause I'm a rocket man. Sorry, I really love that song, which is why I made that title. Anyway, we got very distracted. Phoenix Wright, sorry. Let's just continue.
Oh, see, I love salt. I love salt.
Yeah, I have a problem when it comes to salt.
But I also have a salt deficiency, so I need salt.
I think that's what it is for me as well. I have low blood pressure, so they're like, eat more salt. And I'm like, bitch, I'm trying.
I'm like, you got it.
Believe me, I'm trying.
Do the launch pads get switched back and forth a lot? Well, back when the Space Museum was Launchpad 2, they used to switch pads around at times. But these days, Launchpad 2 is only used as a tourist attraction, right? Right. Because quite frankly, the Space Center needs the money.
Topical.
I hear you. Times sure are tough.
So topical.
Daddy, let's go check out what's beyond that door.
Sure, let's go.
Is Paco there? Because I love Paco.
Hey, why don't I come along? I can show you around. Woo! There's a leaf!
It's a leaf.
Look at that leaf.
Examine it immediately.
Look at that leaf! I wonder what these dead leaves are doing here.
Please make a dead leaves joke.
Maybe they were stuck to the bottom of somebody's shoes. There's lots of trees around the Space Center.
Or, I guess.
She's right. It's a modern, state-of-the-art building, and it's surrounded by trees.
I guess that's what those random blurs in the background are. Trees.
But I don't know. If they were stuck to the bottom of somebody's shoes, wouldn't they just look more crushed up? These don't look like they've been stepped on.
Wow, Phoenix, really?
Maybe there's some kind of secret hatch in the corridor, and they came in that way.
Not everything is set up like a magician's stage, you know.
I don't know. I think Trucy could be a good lawyer in Phoenix Wright's universe. Is this Danganronpa? We haven't played Danganronpa, but we're going to.
So this is another one of those devices for opening the door, huh? Yep. But this one doesn't require fingerprint verification. You just hit the button and open sesame.
So when you and Clay went through here, you didn't need to show your prints either?
That's right, Trucy. Just like how the culprit didn't need to scan their prints. And they escaped back out of the Space Museum corridor into Boarding Lounge 2.
That was Athena, right, Daddy? No, Trucy. No, it wasn't.
Well, I don't see anything that jumps out at me. And I imagine this corridor is built exactly like Launchpad 1 corridor. We talked about everything. We talked about the
I'm moving on.
Moving.
Moving on. Yeah, we're definitely, somebody gifted us, it was Pikabucks gifted us Danganronpa, so Eventually, after we get through Ace Attorney, we'll take a little break after Ace Attorney to focus on other games we've been playing, right? Like Bayonetta and Ruler Rose.
Yeah.
But now I have to play through Mystical Ninja Goemon. But then we're gonna definitely get to Danganronpa. Because
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of good things about it, so I'm excited. Oh no!
Curse the wretch who sullied my good name. Reverse course at full speed away.
We're sorry! Wait!
Director Cosmos Wade!
We didn't mean to! It's not our fault you was lying!
I'll handle this, Daddy. Take that!
God, the mobility system has been compromised. What?
Trixie's knife there was a direct hit to one of his tires.
Damn!
That could have been really dangerous, Trucy. Don't throw knives.
Don't throw knives, girl.
And the streak continues.
Maybe I should have kept a closer watch on what tricks she's been practicing.
Oh no!
My
Like we
dear
haven't done enough to this poor man!
old battleship. We fought many a skirmish together.
Oh.
It's been an honor.
Daddy, he's going to blow that thing up.
Nah, I bet all that button will do is make it go haywire again.
Very well. I surrender. As a prisoner of war, I expect to be treated honorably.
Prepare to be disappointed.
Director Cosmos, when you were talking in court about switching the launch pads, you used your right to remain silent about the reason as to why. I'd like Director Cosmos to tell us why he switched the two launch pads to begin with.
Please, I can't. I exercise my right to remain silent. But I will say my hands were tied. I was only doing what I could to keep my men from getting caught in that blast. Nerg!
I would not fuck with Trucy ever.
The center of the cosmos is shrouded in mystery, but I don't have any secrets left. Now that my battleship has been destroyed and I've been taken prisoner.
That's a bit dramatic. Ooh, a
Ooh.
threefer.
No secrets left, huh? I beg to differ. Looks like I'll have to undo his psych logs if I want to get to the bottom of this.
Oh, ish.
Let's just go ahead and see what we've worked
Yeah,
with.
let's see what we're working with here. We might not have the evidence to do this yet, but we'll just take a little peek.
Yeah.
Oh, good call. I think I spilled a little bit of my drink. I might need to go get like a paper towel.
I dropped my earring.
We're just a mess.
I know. I'm fucking taking out all my earrings, playing with my earlobes, because that's what I do. I want you to tell me everything you're hiding about the switching of the two launch pads.
I refuse. You can't make me. I'll hold out longer than anyone.
Challenge accepted, my dude.
I hope I never get like this when I'm old. Now let's see, where to start? This is how you explain your motive for switching the launch pads. You did it... to prevent the bombing? To prevent more bombing, I thought.
Or
Oh, to save the astronauts?
maybe
He said they did it to protect his men.
because they never went in Launchpad 1.
Yeah.
So they were never in any danger. Well, until they were, until one of them was murdered, but they were never in danger of being caught in the blast, I guess, is what they're getting at.
Thanks to you switching the launch pads, the astronauts escaped injury from the blast. Instead, they safely boarded the museum's rocket, far away from the actual explosion.
My astronauts were raring to go out on an authentic adventure in space. How do you propose I had them board a fake rocket without them noticing?
I agree, you couldn't have done it without help. For one, they would have figured it out the instant they stepped into the Space Museum.
I mean, have you seen the Space Museum? It looks totally different.
You figured you could fool Mr. Starbuck once he'd been drugged with his medication, but without the help of this person, it would have been impossible to pull your plan off. Play.
Oh, this is actually kind of hitting me in the feels a little.
You must have gotten Mr. Taryn to help you.
Aw.
He stole the tranquilizers from his mentor's locker and slipped them to him.
No. But he wants to go to space so badly.
And then, with Mr. Starbuck in a daze, they boarded the replica rocket in the museum.
Someone help this poor prisoner of war!
How is he able to spin around like that?
You know, I've been wondering that this whole time.
If you really wanted to save the astronauts' lives, shouldn't you have just called off the launch?
If I could have done that, do you think I would have gone to all that trouble?
I guess he must have had a compelling reason why he couldn't call it off. But how did you switch the pads in advance of the bombing incident?
Well, that's because I was warned in advance.
Right, we got that.
Once I received that warning, it was my duty to ensure my astronauts were safe.
But it was just a warning. It could have been a prank.
Yeah, but you should still take that seriously.
For real. Why did you believe in it so completely?
Because I went to one of those mediums that everyone's talking about these days.
Oh, you said hi to Maya. Oh, I didn't realize channeling was back in vogue.
Oh, Phoenix, please. Don't be rude. You're one of your fucking best friend is like the head of the channeling clan. Please.
Besides, I thought it was you yourself that got the warning via telephone.
Yes, that's right. The bomber contacted me personally. My battleship is equipped with a special advanced communication system, you see.
AKA a regular old telephone.
Yeah, like you mean a phone?
It's been a while planning another launch. I see you haven't learned. I never forget the terror I felt when I received that call.
The bomber said it's been a while.
It's been a while.
And that was enough to make...
I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. Sid, come back! Sid! Please, baby, come back. You can blame it all on me.
Since I could hold my head up high. It's been a while.
I'm sorry.
Since I said I'm sorry.
Oh,
That was
shit.
enough to make you take the threat that seriously. Perhaps Director Cosmos took the threat so seriously because the Space Center had been involved in a bombing once before. Maybe the culprit in the current case is the same person who was involved in this incident. Eh? The culprit in the current case is the same person who was involved in this incident.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that was thinking that.
The current case is the Hat 2 bombing.
Yes.
So... But
So it's either the first one or the second one.
But the court... And... There wasn't any bombing in the Hat 1 miracle, but... Just, it wouldn't work to say the courtroom number 4 bombing, because the courtroom number 4 bombing was... during this case.
Yeah, it was like the day before yesterday.
Yeah.
It doesn't say bombing, it just says miracle. We don't really know much about it yet. I don't know, I would say save and then trust your gut. Or say or just do it. It's fine.
Well, we saved at the beginning of
Yeah,
this.
that's true, we did.
The Hat One miracle, that epic story of survival. People across the nation know it now as a heroic tale of bravery. But in truth, it was an act of sabotage perpetuated by our current killer, wasn't it? Very few people know the previous plot, so when the caller said it's been a while,
He was singing that one song.
you knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that the danger was real and it wasn't a prank.
Didn't anyone tell you to go easy to an ex-serviceman?
No, like, literally no one's ever said that.
Yes, the Hat One miracle was really a desperate battle against an act of sabotage. I even lost the life of one of my staff members in that flight.
Sabotage, murder. So this is the ugly truth behind the Hat One miracle.
I let my guard down. I thought the saboteur had been caught, and that the case was closed.
Case closed, bitch.
Wait a minute. The murder at the Space Center 7 years ago. This must be the person Director Cosmos thought was the culprit. Motherfucking Blackwell.
Oh yeah, it says it right in his fucking profile, doesn't it?
Well, also, he was arrested 7 years ago.
Well, yeah,
for
but even
murder.
if you didn't connect those threads, you go to his profile and it's like, it literally says, convicted of the murder at the Cosmos Space Center 7 years ago. Like, thanks. There it is.
Simon Blackwell, the murder suspect in a case that happened 7 years ago. The place and time of the two incidents, the murder and the sabotage, were the same. So you thought that he committed both crimes.
In truth, he just killed a guy.
But while Prosecutor Blackhill was behind bars, you got another threatening call. If the culprit this time is the same as 7 years ago, then it isn't Simon Blackwell. Realizing that, you were shaken. It meant the true culprit's been running free all this time.
I don't know, he seems to be running pretty free right now.
How did you keep seeing straight through me? How do you keep seeing straight through me?
You're pretty obvious.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that hard.
That was easy.
We didn't even need much of anything to get through that. I mean, we hardly used any evidence at all. Just kind of fucking...
Put two and two together.
Yeah. Sorry about it, bruh.
The reason why Director Cosmos won't talk about why he switched the launch pads is connected to the truth behind the Hat One miracle. The sabotage and murder that happened at this space center 7 years ago. Director Cosmos, tell us what you're hiding.
Give us the business.
No.
Tell us about all the good shit.
If you really want to understand the reason I decided to switch the launch pads,
Flashback.
we'll have to start with the story of that horrible nightmare from 7 years ago.
Wait a minute. When we did DL6, wasn't that also a 7 years ago case?
I think so. It's 7 years, man.
I mean, I guess the number 7 has some significance in Japanese culture, doesn't it?
I mean, it does in American culture, too.
Yes, but I mean, numbers in a lot of Eastern cultures are very important in comparison to, like, our Western culture.
I also think the number 7 in Eastern culture is considered to be, like, the number of hell.
Well, it has, like, a double, doesn't it? Like, a double meaning?
What is
'Cause-
7 in Japanese? Nana?
Yeah.
And Shichi.
And Shichi. And Shi means
Means
death.
death.
So, but it has, like, a double thing, because, like, I thought that in some readings of the number 7, it was, like, good luck. And then in some, if you put it in other readings, like Shichi, it's like, oh shit, it's death. So it's a bad number.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it went both ways.
It might.
But I could be getting confused because I know in Western culture 7 is equated to luck.
Yeah.
And in
I
a
don't
lot
know.
of cultures, not even just Western culture, in a lot of cultures 7 is like heaven's number.
Yeah.
Like a divine number. DL6 was 15 years. Oh, okay. Cool. Good to know. But yeah, I was gonna say as far as numbers go, because I'm learning a lot more recently about Vietnamese culture. Do you know some people some Vietnamese people will specifically pay the money to have their phone numbers changed to specific number combinations because numbers are so important to them. Like they're very superstitious about certain number combinations. So if they get when they sign up for a phone plan and they get a certain phone number, they'll pay money to change their phone number to a very specific number if they can. Or at least as close as they can get. Because they believe so fiercely in certain number combinations being good luck.
That's so sweet.
Isn't it really cute?
But yeah, no, I know that the number 7, I'm pretty sure.
We worship the number 13 over here. I'm just saying.
13 and 666, motherfucker.
Yeah, no, Satan is Lord.
Satan is Lord.
Sorry, I caught up recently on some Game Grumps stuff, and I died over the recent bit about the teenage girl worshiping Satan. I was like, it's us.
7 years ago. You mean the so-called Hat 1 miracle?
Yep, that's the one. That's the guy.
The launch went smoothly, but once the ship entered outer space, then troubles began.
They sign business deals on specific days, too. That's another thing. Numbers are real important. The Vietnamese can be very, not necessarily superstitious, but, not superstitious in, I don't know how to put it, in a necessarily naive way, but they do, if they can help it, they prefer certain situations when it comes to, dates and numbers, because they do believe in luck.
Well, I mean, to be fair, American culture does that too. Because, no hotel has a 13th floor.
That's true.
And
because we're all oh, the 13th floor is evil. And it's it's just a floor, bruh. And it's no matter what you call it, it's still the 13th floor.
And then, I can't tell you how many people will, if they have, they buy something and it turns out to be $6.66, they'll buy something extra.
That's so weird to me, because I guess I'm so far removed from superstition. But, when it's you're gonna go out of your way to spend more money because your number, the total of your purchase has come up to 666. Even if you're a religious person, do you really believe that, Satan is gonna get you because you bought a certain amount of items at the grocery store? He got better things to do, believe me.
Well, see, here's the thing. I would really love, and here's my problem too, is that
there is not a 13th floor at the Gaylord, actually, from my recollection. There is and isn't. There's a certain...
Every hotel I've ever been to just goes from 12 to 14.
Well, I think they actually have a 13th floor, but it's for things relating to staff.
Okay.
So, there is a 13th floor, but there are no rooms on that floor.
Gotcha.
Because I've been all over the Gaylord. Trust me that I've been all over that entire building. And there are certain areas of it that are even cut off to me, who have tried my damnedest to get to everywhere, even in, the, I've never booked any of the designer rooms, the designer suites, or the, the exclusive, because every hotel has executive and presidential suites or whatever, but the Gaylord has designer suites on top of that, which there's 6 or 7 of them, and they're all exclusively different and designed by certain people, so the layout of them is totally different. So each one of them is unique and they're very expensive. I still think the presidential one is more expensive because of the square footage. But it's mostly because my brother has worked the staff for MagFest for so many years. But I've at least been to one of them. And I've been to a lot of places I should not have been in the Gaylord. But there are certain places that I could not even get to because it was just for staff. There is always a 13th room on every floor, though. So it's alright.
Is there a 13th room on every
I mean, kinda, yeah. If you get into
I mean, there's there's like a 113 and a 213.
Yeah, exactly. And I bet there's a 666, maybe.
I want to stay in that room.
I don't really. Yeah, actually, in the Gaylord, there should be a 666 room. Unless they skip over it, but that would be stupid. Even for the Gaylord.
But I wouldn't put it past him if they did.
Okay, that's my goal now. Because now I'm like, the last year was supposed to be our last year going to MagFest, but now I've found out in the recent coming months that I'm gonna have the entire month of January off from work. So I'm like, maybe I'll still go anyway. And like, this will be my last year going to MagFest for a little while until until we get like settled in our trek westward.
I don't know if I can do another Mag and AGDQ though.
I don't know either, but all I know is that it's very possible that I won't be working that month, so I might have nothing better to do than just make my way up there. And if I do, I'm gonna find the 6th floor and see if I can't find a room 666.
Wait, I was gonna say something, but I totally...
Sorry, I didn't mean to totally derail your thought process.
Shit. Oh! I was gonna talk about how I really wish that I knew, like, the ancient dialect the Bible was originally written in. Because, you know, the Bible's been translated so many times.
I could be horribly mistaken, but wouldn't it actually have been written in Hebrew originally?
I believe so. Or like an ancient form of Hebrew.
Yeah.
But, that or Latin.
I don't know. Even thinking back on Latin, like, I have a feeling it would have been in Hebrew.
Probably. But, I wish that I could read in that tongue, if you will. Just because I want to see what the original script says about the Mark of the Beast. Because I want to know if, like, talking about the Mark of the Beast, when people translated it, if the number 6 was just unlucky to begin with, like, was for some reason seen to be unlucky for whatever ancient reason back in old times.
Uh-huh.
So whenever they read about the Mark of the Beast, they just translated it as being 3 6s, when it's actually supposed to kind of look like... Because the actual Mark of the Beast is supposed to be like a triangle and these, like, 3 shapes that kind of look like 6s.
But, like, maybe they're not?
But maybe they're not originally supposed to be 6s.
I don't know. Why, there's no Route 666 in Pokemon? Are there that many routes in Pokemon? Has Pokemon been going on long enough for there to be a Route 666? I don't think so. But I could be wrong. But anyhow, as far as MagFest goes, for Sid, I think it's more to do with work than it is to do with money.
What?
For taking the time to go to MagFest. For you, I think it has to do with work.
I could go to Mag. I couldn't go to Mag and AGDQ.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, like, Mag I could do, but Mag on top of AGDQ, I probably could.
Yeah, because we've been doing that for the past 2 years. And it takes up, like, an entire week.
It takes almost 2 weeks.
Almost, yeah.
It's a week and a half.
Week and a half. So, that's a lot of time to take off of work. Which, I'm not at work anyway, but I also don't drive, so... For me, it would be finding a way there and back if I were to go to both.
Yeah. I could.
AGDQ is no big deal because we work there, so we don't have to worry about admission or a hotel. But transportation's a whole nother story.
But AGDQ is also the one that's a week long, and I don't think I could get another week off of work.
MagFest is only the weekend.
Yeah.
And we still have plenty of friends that have no plans of stopping to go to MagFest to room with.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely think that I would have no issue going to MagFest. It's just Mag and AGDQ. I don't think I could
We'll see. We're gonna wing it this year and figure out what's going on.
Yeah. It was all
Distractions.
It was all the handiwork of a certain person and their evil scheme.
Dun dun dun. Who could it have been?
So Mr. Starbuck's traumatic experience wasn't accidental. Durr.
That's fucked up, though.
I know, but haven't we established this like a million times?
Yeah, but who would do that to such a pure being?
Not only that, but before the launch, a very valuable piece of moon rock was stolen. But that wasn't the worst of it. One of my staff members was murdered. Murdered, I say!
Wow, I had no idea such awful events were behind that exciting story of space heroism.
That's what Hollywood does, my dear.
All that in spite of the Space Center having a very strict security in those days. All personnel effects were examined thoroughly, coming or going. You couldn't even smuggle a withered old leaf through those checkpoints.
Well, you say that specifically, but,
Wow.
you know.
So do you have any clue who was responsible for the sabotage?
At the very least, I know it wasn't Simon Blackwell. I don't know enough to identify the true culprit, but it's clear what that person is. To put it simply, a spy.
From the motherland?
A spy? You mean somebody who infiltrates a foreign country? Carries out dangerous missions and always gets the girl?
No, honey, that's Bond.
Somebody's been watching too many Bond movies. Well, I guess if we're talking about blowing up a rocket and stealing research material, it's not all that surprising that a spy could be behind it all.
There is always a Route 13. That's true. And Pokemon has always kind of embraced, like, the supernatural. But yeah, I don't think I've ever seen routes in the triple digits before.
Make no mistake, there's a cutthroat rivalry between nations in the space R&D race.
Oh shit, we're supposed to be America, right?
That's what I'm like, I don't know. You say foreign countries, but I'm like, what countries in Phoenix Wright land? Like, I don't, we're in like alternate universe Japan, LA. Like,
That's what I was
we're in
always
America, but not real. Like, in the Japanese version, we are in Japan, and the people that are in Europe are in America. So when they're like, I was on an exchange program in Europe, like, they mean America.
Oh. See, I didn't know if in the originals that it was supposed to be like Phoenix Wright was American.
No, Phoenix Wright takes place in Japan, which is why this was the first game where they kind of had to acknowledge some Japanese culture in the translation because of the Tenmataro case,
Right.
with the yokai. But before that, it was like they even kind of skirted over the Korean village thing because they were like, Phoenix Wright's law office is definitely in like an LA type area. Korean village is just like, I don't know, its own thing somewhere. And like, like the whole burgers thing. Like in Japan, they don't go out for burgers, they go out for ramen. Yeah, which is why Eldoon's noodles made sense. Because it was just like another noodle place. But like, they couldn't get around that without totally changing Eldoon and his sprite and everything in the translation for Apollo Justice. So they were like, fuck it. We'll just start to just embrace Japanese culture now. Which is, good for you, Capcom. We're not totally changing. I mean, like, it's not like they ever did a bad job with the translation or the, localization of Phoenix Wright.
They
Like,
made it fun in their own way.
They made it fun. And the burgers thing was always really amusing to me. But, like, it's nice that somewhere in the middle they were like, it's getting to the point where, like, we don't want to get into Pokemon jelly donut territory. So let's, like, bring the localization to, like, an actual place of, like, we're acknowledging that this is Japanese culture. So, like, now we're here, and we're like, we don't really know where we are. I guess we're in America. I guess. We're in Japan, America. We're in, what's, Big Hero 6 or whatever. San Fran, Tokyo, whatever. That's where we are. It's a, because of the localization.
But the reason I was saying, if this is supposed to be America, then the killer is obviously a Russian.
Well, that's what you would think. right? But like, I don't know, because in the Japanese version, this is definitely in Japan.
So in the Japanese version, this is definitely in Japan, so the killer is definitely an American. So in this game, it's definitely a European.
I guess so. I don't know, man. Let's just roll with it, because I have no idea.
The killer is European. Is he European?
It's Von Karma. It's Manfred Von Karma back from the grave. I love it, too, because they all wear cravats and shit. So, like, they look European anyway, but, like, old European. Like, not even... I don't fuck it. It's Phoenix Wright, man.
Some tried to outdo others by any means possible, even deliberate obstruction. 7 years ago, we got a call before the launch warning us of sabotage.
The same MO as this time.
Ooh.
Yes, and here I thought the perpetrator had been caught, but it looks like I was wrong.
Prosecutor Blackwell seems more like a ninja than a spy, don't you think?
Aren't ninjas and spies basically the same thing? No.
Well, I mean, aren't they, though?
No.
I mean, I don't know. Ninjas are always supposed to be, like, never noticed and never seen.
Ninjas are assassins, and spies just need to, like, gather and steal information.
I guess that's true. Spies hide in plain sight. Ninjas kill without being seen at all.
Yeah.
I think early America was like that, too. Yeah. The killer is Dio! Hey, that makes sense. Dio is European.
Yeah!
Let's just go with Dio.
But
Kono Dio da!
like, the exclusive job of a ninja is to murder. Spies do murder, but they don't necessarily have to.
In fact, it's probably better for them not to.
Yeah.
They want information more than they want anything.
But
they kill out of necessity.
The exclusive job of a ninja is an assassin. The ones that were assassins were the exception. Ninjas don't actually murder people. most of the
Ooh.
time. I don't know if that's...
Now I'm gonna look it up.
I've always thought of ninja to be assassins.
Let's learn something today, fam. Why? When I Google Ninja, it comes up with the Twitch streamer Ninja. It's not, I've never watched Ninja, so it's no judgment against Ninja. From what I've heard, he's actually a really cool guy. But why? Wikipedia. I mean, I know why, because he recently got super famous, but like, Wikipedia, please. I was just trying to find out stuff about ninjas.
The ninja stuff is just popular culture. Well, I mean, to a certain extent, yes, but if you're talking about somebody who's, like...
Well, okay. So, a ninja, or shinobi, was a covert agent or mercenary in feudal Japan. The functions of the ninja included espionage, sabotage, infiltration, assassination, and guerrilla warfare. So, it's kind of an umbrella term.
It's kind of an umbrella, but what I was gonna say is that there were a difference between shinobi and, like, you could hire samurai. Like, you could hire samurai personally. They were called something, but I can't remember what the word is.
It says that their covert methods of irregular warfare were deemed dishonorable and beneath the samurai. Because the samurai were all about honor.
No, but that's the thing. That the samurai that you could hire, like, samurai for hire, is what it translates to, I think. But, like, there's a word for it. I know samurai served a lord. I'm saying that there's a word for samurai that are for hire.
Like mercenary samurai.
Like, yes, mercenary samurai, but they were different from ninja.
Hang on, now I'm gonna look that up.
Maybe it was Ronin, that I'm not sure. Samurai were government, the actual term samurai were for government official, like, warriors for the nation, kind of a thing. But samurai for hire were different. lordless samurai.
I'm actually trying to figure out what the fuck. But there's so much on samurai, even as opposed to ninja. Like, there's so much.
Well, because ninja slash shinobi kind of, like nobody said, kind of became like a popular. They became kind of like a popular culture thing. So like, what ninjas actually were, as opposed to what they really were, is kind of convoluted and weird. Whereas we know much more about samurai and samurai culture because A, they were government assigned and officials. So like, we have records of them, whereas you don't have records of ninja.
Yeah, it looks like the Ronin were the ones that, because they had no lord, they could be hired. They just wandered around until somebody paid them.
Yeah.
But technically, ninja, a big part of their role was espionage. Like, they were assassins, yes, but it looks like they, because of them being stealth soldiers, they would go undercover and they would engage in psychological warfare, which is really interesting.
That I did know. And maybe I'm just assuming that, because, like, maybe I'm just assuming, I know that ninjas did do espionage, and
it says it was their chief role, actually, was espionage.
Well, espionage is not always assassination, but I feel like it's usually assassination. I know, well, I don't know.
Concerning ninja, they were said to be from Iga and Koga and went freely into enemy castles in secret. They observed hidden things and were taken as being friends. They just fucking hung out in, like, the Imperial Court and everything. And, like, even it looks to me from what I'm reading here that, like, they were assassins, but more often than not, they would just, like, go in for a long time and hang out and then sabotage shit. Like, they'd kill people, but they would more, like, play mind games with people and, like, fuck shit up from the inside. Which is what a spy would do, essentially.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, there was a good reason we failed to find this ninja.
This shinobi.
Because he was a freaking ninja.
Oh shit!
Oh, fuck!
Massive cover up by the government.
The government?
Never mind, this is a samurai.
Also,
We got it all wrong,
this
Holmes.
is still topical.
We got it all wrong. It was a samurai the whole time.
Government officials were too embarrassed to admit. Oh, lordy.
Well. I don't even want to read this.
Because why? Because it's something totally believable.
Because it's a little too topical.
You gotta embrace it, Sid. You have to face the hard truth. That is the fact that, you know, the government knows when you masturbate. But yeah, that's the Hot One Miracle. 100%. There you go. And now you know. And knowing is half the battle.
was the Hat 1 miracle, wasn't it? But then 7 years later, the same MO, advance warning of sabotage. That must have been the director's reason for switching the launch pads.
Yeah, you say that, but
Just like 7 years.
7 years ago.
It's a Mario.
I know, his fucking badge, like on his right titty, left titty, right titty. You know the one. It looks like a Mario star.
"7 years ago, the spy gave you advance warning of their plans, just like this time. That was what made you decide to switch the launch pads, wasn't it?
That's right, the caller knew the facts of the case 7 years ago, despite the cover-up. They knew about the sabotage, the moon rock, the murder. And they said, you don't want things to go like they did 7 years ago, do you? I immediately thought of calling off the launch, but the government wouldn't let me.
Damn the government!
We don't give in to the likes of terrorists. We must proceed for our country's honor. It was quite a moving speech, actually.
Moving? Really? Maybe if you're easily inspired by political talking points.
Oh, ish!
But I knew the truth. We had been warned, which meant that the danger was very real. And I knew there was no way to stop the spy. No matter what I did, they would find a way. That's why I switched the launch pads and staged the moving rescue scene.
You still lied in court, though.
Yeah, no perjury and stuff.
Perjury's a thing, I guess.
First, I snuck into the center the night before and switched the launch pads.
The night before?
That way, the astronauts would go from boarding lounge 1 to the space museum.
The night before?
Then I put a closed for repairs sign on the door to launch pad 1 and the boarding lounge 2.
You alright?
You did that so normal visitors wouldn't enter, right? What else did you do?
I enlisted the help of several staff members, including Taryn.
But you didn't let Mr. Starbuck in on it.
He'd already been through enough. He's no good at lying to keep a secret.
Yeah, we got that.
I'm afraid I had no choice but to have him drugged. My plan went well
Until Clay was murdered.
Until somebody got... What if you didn't know how much to give him of his medication? If you fucking just straight up drugged him, what if he had a horrible reaction to it? Or, like, overdosed? Bruh!
I don't think about those consequences.
Bruh!
Clay's murder, huh?
Yeah, you know, just a murder.
After the culprits made their escape, I switched the launch pads back. I did it in such a way that no one would find out. But after all that effort, Tavern is dead and the Hat 2 is destroyed.
Serves you right. I mean, I don't necessarily... I'm not super jumping for joy over this, but, like, you kinda done fucked up, my dude.
And the Hope Capsule, which returned to us only recently, was lost in that blast.
What? No, it wasn't.
My home, the center of the cosmos. My beautiful Cosmos Space Center is done for.
Wait, what did he mean by the Hope Capsule was lost in the blast?
I'm pretty sure we got it.
Or did we? I thought the Hope Capsule was found at the crime scene with Mr. Terran. It had been brought back by the Hope space probe with an asteroid samples inside.
Yeah, this is literally, I mean...
So what kind of samples are they? What's in them?
Samples are scheduled for analysis in the near future. We haven't had time since they came back the day before Terran's murder. The capsule was being held in a safe in Launchpad 1. But I gave it to Terran for the incident so it wouldn't be destroyed in the explosion. The idea was that with it safely in Terran's possession, it could make it look like he rescued it during the staged miraculous escape. But our precious research materials ended up lost to that explosion anyway.
What?
But I thought Clay was supposed to keep it safe.
You must understand, the launch pad explosion wasn't the one the capsule was lost to. It was lost after the police confiscated it as evidence.
Oh, it's not really lost then, is it? Oh.
It was lost to the courtroom bombing from the other day.
That's right.
The capsule was there in the courtroom as evidence and it was blown to smithereens.
I forgot about the thing with the courtroom exploding.
Yet another casualty of that blast.
Ultimately, I think the culprit may have known about the switching from launch pads.
What? How?
The police found a wiretapping device during their investigation today.
Oh, ish.
A bug aboard my battleship. A tap on my advanced communication system.
A wire on that phone?
You know,
Yes, a wire on this very phone.
That I'm still using to this very day.
I
Hello?
used this phone to give instructions to my staff about the launch pad switch. Just a few select members who knew about the plan.
Moshi mush.
Just before the incident, staff members were coming in and out of Launchpad 1. The culprit probably slipped in with them amid the confusion. And planted the bomb then.
Oh, and planted the bomb then. Yes, if they were tapping your phone, they definitely could pull something like that off. So you really think that the same spy is behind the incident and the one 7 years ago?
Yes, I'm sure of it.
Then this spy must be the phantom Prosecutor Blackwell has been chasing.
but Prosecutor Blackwell told me once. The hunt I've been on for the phantom of 7 years past continues even still. For starters, that case happened right here at this very space center, too.
So if we can find this phantom,
That's right, we can clear Athena's name. And then there's the matter of Prosecutor Blackwell, too.
what about him?
Yeah, what about him?
Well, if the culprit 7 years ago is the same person as the current incident, it would mean Prosecutor Blackwell is innocent. That's still an if, though.
I wonder how dangerous that guy would be in court without handcuffs. But if we're going to go on a ghost hunt, count me in.
Oh, Truthy.
It's all over for me. Spin, spin, whirl, whirl, I'm done for. The center of the cosmos is doomed.
Spin to win.
Do you think he's going to be alright, Daddy?
Nope.
Well, at least he'll be in good company. There must be planets out there he can spin with.
Phoenix, please.
Which reminds me, I'd like to delve a little deeper into the Hat 1 mission, too.
Please.
If you want to learn more, start with the Space Museum. There's a Hatch 1 exhibit there. Oh, don't mind me, I'll just keep spinning here and see how the cosmos unfolds.
We've already been to the Space Museum.
It's like he archived spiritual enlightenment or something.
I'm sure he'll stop when he gets dizzy. Let's go visit the Space Museum.
Yeah, let's do it because we're gonna go see Paco maybe. Probably not, actually. It'd be cool if we did.
Space.
Space! I just have an urge to give you a back scratchy, but your back is closed off for me.
I can sit up.
Do you want a back scratchy?
I always want back scratchies.
Can I get under your shirt?
Oh my god, yes, please.
Cool.
Let's see. Where's the exhibit on the launch 7 years ago?
The whole thing?
All of it. Literally, it's right there.
There. That's the Hat 1
Oh.
exhibit.
I don't have nails anymore.
You do have nails. More nails than I have. It feels like nails to me.
No, I have no nails anymore.
Oh, wow. Look at that photo of the team.
The one that we've seen, like, within the past 5 seconds. Is that the cat? Wait, is what the cat? Ponko? Ponko's the robot. Unless you're talking about me. There's Clay, Mr. Starbuck.
Sorry, I'm just looking at this bitch. Because we haven't technically met her yet. I'm just looking at her.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
I'm just looking at you.
She sure looks like she's happy.
Everybody look like they're happy in this picture. But you know.
Oh, sorry. I don't know if that hurt. I, like, came across something that seemed like a scab on your back.
No, not at all.
Good, because I just
Oh,
wanted to
feels
get
good.
good to scratching your back. No, there are no cats allowed in this room. Our door's closed right now. My cat, for those of you who don't know, there are, in this house, 2 Maine Coons, and one of them likes to try and get up in, one of them is a mama's boy, and he likes to try and get up in my lap in the middle of streams, so we have to close the door. He's not allowed in here.
What I want to know is why Ponko was injured.
Is that Ponko, or is that the one that's like, that Aura knocks karate chops in the head?
No, that's Ponko. They got boobies.
Oh, you're right. It's Ponko.
Or it's another one.
No, I was observant. We'll find out, probably. You'll see.
But I also want to know... Robots can't get injured.
Well, that's just proof that maybe Aura can be sweet sometime.
They had a malfunction, so she gave him bandages to make
She
him feel
give him
better.
a bandage to make him feel better.
Like, I'm gonna be working on your software over here, but I'll give you a band-aid to make you feel better.
Yeah.
There's Clay and Mr. Starbuck, Director Cosmos, or Blackwell, and even Ponko.
See, it is Ponko.
But I've never seen the woman on the right before. She was the one who was mited.
Most like.
Everybody looks so happy. Well, except for Director Cosmos.
I mean, he's kind of smiling a little. You
You
can't.
give it a thumbs up.
You can't tell under the mustache, to be honest.
Let's check out the newspaper article, too.
What? Oh, we didn't see that before, did we?
One launch imminent. And there's a photo of the Hope space probe.
Oh, ish.
I guess it's only natural it doesn't talk about the murder of the sabotage.
You know, because of the government cover-up.
Look at this. That's a samurai sword, and that's a no mask.
I like the no mask. Look at the scroll next to it. Is that a pelican? We won't know until we look at it.
They really were keeping it a secret, just like the director said.
I hope that I'm giving you good back scratches
Oh
with
my
my
God.
non-existent
It's
fingernails.
so good. I'm drooling right
Like, my
now.
pointer finger literally has no nail. But my other nails are kind of there, but not as much as they usually are.
Daddy, take a look at that jacket. I have an itchy eyeball.
Here we go. It must be the Hat 1 team's uniform jacket. It's the same design as the one Apollo was wearing. The one that belonged to Cray.
To Cray!
Actual jacket worn by a Hat 1 team member, it says.
Not a replica, huh? I wonder if that was Starbucks.
Maybe. Hello? Hello? Oh my god, it's Junie!
Oh, Miss Woods. What brings you here?
Junie!
I heard Thena got arrested, so
Oh my god!
I've been looking for you, Mr. Wright. I thought you might be here at the scene.
You must be so worried, but rest assured, I'm going to do my very best to defend her.
Thena's going through such a hard time. I hope she doesn't lose heart.
Oh my god, that animation.
Even just coming back to this place must have been really difficult for her.
Huh? You mean the Cosmos Space Center?
What? You didn't know? She used to live here when she was a little girl.
She did? No, I didn't know. No wonder she knew so much. Ms. Woods, could you tell me more in detail?
Sorry to sound like a lawyer, but I am a lawyer. But I really am concerned. Junie is such a sweet bean.
Thena's mom worked here. If I remember right, she was a doctor of psychology or something like that.
But why was a psychology specialist working in a space research facility?
I don't really know. But I do know that she lived and worked here, so Thena lived here too.
So it was far from Athena's first time here. I wonder why she didn't mention it.
She probably didn't want to talk about it. This place is connected to a very sad memory for her.
Her mom's dead. A sad memory. Can you tell me about it?
It's the only thing we haven't explored yet.
There was a terrible incident here. It was 7 years ago. The same time.
Oh, the same time frame as the Hat 1 launch. I do a really good Junie impression.
I thought that at the same moment you started to say it. Because
my
I'm
brain.
just that good. Stacey, thanks for the host. Boo Boo, how you doing tonight? How you doing, boy?
Nina's mom in the robotics lab. She was murdered. Oh, I love the way she hides her face.
I know!
Cute.
Junie's such a bean. I love her.
What? After it happened, Athena stopped coming to school.
Poor Athena. All this time she never let on at all.
I was so worried about her. I came here so many times hoping to see her.
Oh, I'm gonna cry.
Oh, Junie.
Junie's so worried about her best friend.
Junie is such a good friendo.
But I never saw her again.
And then, in the fucking school case, she was just like, hey, what's up, Junie? It's been a long time. And Juniper's just like, yeah, it has. It sure has.
After a while, we started exchanging letters. But I didn't get to see her face to face for 7 long years.
And the first time you'd seen her in 7 years was during Professor Corte's case.
That's right. And I was so surprised. She was like a completely different person, so cheerful and happy.
I don't remember this fucking music. It's giving me feelings.
I know, I'm getting like real sad.
It's Friday, bitch. I'm sorry that you're not doing super good, but it's Friday, bitch, and we're getting into the shit now.
What was Athena like as a child?
She was very sensitive and kind. She didn't talk very much. She liked to draw and paint at home. It's completely different from the Athena we know now. I can't even picture it. She never left the Space Center much because she was very sensitive to other people's emotions. When she went to crowded places, she'd get dizzy from all the emotions flying around.
It must be hard to hear people's hearts as well as their voices.
She always wore these big, heavy-looking headphones. She said her mother made them for her as a part of her research.
I wonder what kind of research it was.
They were probably just sound cancelers, to be honest.
Yeah. Just her mom was trying to make her feel special.
Her mom was like, here, have some sound canceling headphones. Now you can't hear shit.
Because of her special ability.
Abena!
I was trying to read ability and Athena at the same time.
Yep. I do that all the time.
Couldn't handle being in school very often.
You know, especially in high school. Can you imagine?
And I was always out sick because of my weak constitution. Maybe that's why we became such good friends. We used to play together here at the Space Center a lot. Brings back memories.
Oh.
Sounds like Athena's mother played a big role here at the Space Center. Oh, Daddy, show her that picture.
Atta girl, good idea.
Aw, proud daddy Phoenix gives me feelings too. He's like, I raised her right.
It's so precious.
She might not be my blood, but I raised her right.
Hey, you raised her.
And dyslexic man walks into a bra is like my life. That's like literally, that statement describes my life.
Miss Woods, could you take a look at this for me?
Oh, look, there's Thena's mom.
I wonder which one she could be.
The one that we've met that's not alive. Wait, no, that's not totally accurate because we've never met Taryn either. Wow! I'll shut up now.
The woman on the far right. The one in the kimono. That's Dr. Mita Sykes.
Oh, fuck. I'm back.
Athena's mother's murder. Did it by chance have any connection to the Hat 1 launch?
What? Why, yes, it did. As I recall, it happened on the day before the launch.
Just as I suspected.
But that wasn't the worst of it. One of my staff members was murdered.
So this is the murder Director Cosmos was talking about. Does that mean that the crime Prosecutor Blackwell was convicted of is the murder of Athena's mother? There's a chance her death is somehow connected to the current case.
There is.
Thank you for all your help, Miss Woods. And please, try not to worry.
You precious, precious bean, you.
I won't let anything happen to Athena. Or Apollo. I know you're also
Yeah,
worried about
don't worry
him,
about
too.
him either. He's fine.
Thank you, Mr. Wright. I know you'll take good care of her. So we need to investigate the robotics lab and also talk to Athena. We've got our plates full, Daddy. I hope we can fit it all in before the day's through.
The detention center's first, then. We have to see Athena before visiting hours are over.
We're just gonna be there. We don't even need to move. They don't even give you a choice. You're just there. What's up, Mr. Guard? We should give him a name.
Well, if it isn't Mr. Lawyer, fancy meeting you here.
Oh. Hello, Detective Fulbright. You're on business?
To tell the truth, I'm here to interview Ted Tenate.
The one behind the courtroom bombing incident.
He suddenly said he's ready to tell the truth about that case. And what he was saying was so incredible, I just had to come right over here to hear more.
Incredible. What was he saying?
Why don't you hang around and hear it for yourself?
Really? Us? Are you sure?
Ha! I give you my special permission. Here comes the bomber now.
Oh, this one was you.
I have to call it soon.
Oh, yeah. Well, I imagine we'll be given the, after this introduction, we'll be given like a...
The separate, yeah.
Yeah, and then we'll save.
What nerve do you have come here? You're here to laugh at me, I suppose.
Yes.
Like I'd waste my breath on you.
Wow.
After all, you're the one who assaulted Apollo and put him in the hospital. Violence? No. Question? Okay. No violence? Too bad Apollo didn't get a chance to say that before you attacked him.
Oh, Ash!
Fine. Then just answer me this, Mr. Tenate. What is this truth of yours about the courtroom you blew up? No, I didn't do it. I didn't blow up the courtroom.
I'm pretty sure that we...
When I killed Detective Arm, there was another person in the room.
Mm-hmm.
What are you talking about? Who else could have been there?
I saw it, I tell you. I saw someone's hand as they were stealing the remote switch. This person was there and witnessed the murder I committed.
Mm-hmm.
What? I don't know who it was.
Mm-hmm.
But that's who blew up the courtroom.
You expect us to buy that?
Easy there, Trucy. I don't see any Cyclops. So I guess you must not be lying. Pardon me, I got a little carried away. But I am telling you the truth, I did not detonate that bomb.
And there you have it. We can't exactly ignore his claims, of course, so we're doing a follow-up.
Or even analyzing the bomb itself, or what's left of it. We haven't found any new facts yet, though.
Wow, they've laid it all out piece by piece. Oh, look at all those beautiful little pieces. I wish I could have them.
Bruh.
Uh-oh. Looks like his geek switch has been activated.
Well, I hope you're ready for Prosecutor Blackwell's special brand of questioning. It's not really legal, but it's happening.
Ugh, anything but that. Whoops.
We'll get to that in a second. Oh, baby! Hi, Daniel. It's the end of the night, Daniel. We about to go off. I'm afraid I have to be off now, too!
That was very quick questioning.
I was just about to question Miss Sykes.
You're going to see Athena now?
That's right. Oh, did you folks come to see her? Sorry for the trouble, but could you come back later? Well, off I go.
What bad timing. Looks like we'll have to wait until after her questioning is over to see her.
And after we came all this way, too. Well, I guess it's back to the Space Center. Let's go check out the robotics lab, Daddy.
Alright, sounds like a plan.
For next time. No, it's okay. Daniel, we always appreciate it nonetheless. Because we fucking love you. Daniel, we're gonna play Cyber City tomorrow. For anybody who doesn't know yet. Because I've posted it everywhere. Tomorrow, at 1 p.m. in the afternoon, we're gonna hook up our Philips CDI. We're gonna play Escape from Cyber City. Until we beat it. However many hours that takes. Unless it takes more than 24 hours, in which case we will cut off at 24 hours so that we don't die. But I don't think it'll take that long. Oh, sorry, Mr. That Guy, you did. So yeah, we're gonna start playing Escape from Cyber City tomorrow at 1 p.m. And if we beat it relatively quickly, which is very unlikely, I might start Mystical Ninja Goemon. But it's more likely that we're just going to play Cyber City and cry and yell angry things. And it'll probably at least take a number of hours before we beat it. I think we can probably get through it in less than 24 hours. Maybe even less than 12 hours. Is that being really hopeful? I don't know.
I don't know. I said that before, but you said no.
Well, that's because Jeremy is the only one that's actually gotten far. And I mean, you got further than I have, to be honest.
I got...
Between the two of us. Jeremy can't help us in this. It's me and you, baby. One of us has to beat it.
I got...
You got to the department store.
I got up a floor in the department store.
Yes.
Yeah.
Only Jeremy has gotten past the department store, and he's not allowed to participate.
I haven't gotten to the roof of the department store yet.
Yeah. So we'll see. It's pretty bullshit, my dudes.
The roof of the department store is like... towards the end, though, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't know what the end looks like. I've never seen the end of this fucking game.
I thought Jeremy said it was.
I have no basis. I've never seen the end. I've only seen the movie, and the movie ends in a totally on another planet entirely, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Mr. That Guy, thank you for your biddies. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 1 for some CDI stuff. Maybe we'll play other CDI games while we have it hooked up, like Hotel Mario or some shit. We're not playing Zelda. I'm gonna tell you right now, we're not playing Zelda CDI.
Oh, why not?
Unless you want to play Zelda CDI, but I'm done with... I've played it enough times now. I've played Zelda CDI more times than any person should ever play that game. Any one of those games. Faces of Evil's the best one, though, to be honest. And the music is lit, but I'm not playing it. What the fuck is the Philips CDI? Wait, I don't know if you're trolling or if you genuinely don't know what the Philips CDI is. Open up a tab in Google. If you've never heard of the Philips CDI, Google search the Philips CDI. CD-I. Learn you some unfortunate history tonight.
I'm so hungry, I could eat an Octorok.
I just saved you from Ganon. You did not.
You've killed me.
Good.
Good.
That's my favorite.
I know, that's my favorite too. That and
You must die.
You must die. I say you must die to like everything.
You must die.
You must die.
Let's see. Who are we
don't you want to bomb some Dodongos?
Yeah, I can't wait.
Oh my god, you
And
guys.
By I can't wait, I mean no. So, by the way, for tonight, we're gonna have a special host. Thanks for hanging out, by the way. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 1. We're gonna go off for now and be back in a little while.